No one's ever seen me in one of these games before. I don't come. Ever. Unless I'm playing.
And Gassy rips off another breaking ball. That one's going to catch zone. Count now 1-2. We've seen him 2 out of the first 3 pitches here have been breaking balls. We'll see if he keeps up that pitch mix, if he's already throwing the kitchen sink here to lead off the game, as that's another breaking ball, and that one barely tipped at the plate and spoiled off. Count holds here at 1-2. We're still waiting on a Towndock lineup here, so waiting to get you some names on who's actually at the plate for Towndock. We'll do our best with numbers that we have available as they step up to the plate, though. As the 1-2 is grounded down the third base line, that's going to be fair. And down into the outfield, rounding first, and on his way to second is 27. The ball's going to come in, and a couple of hops there from Harry Zambrano, and that's a leadoff double for Towndock to start the night here.
That ball was hooked down the line. That's Tyler Courier down there at third base. It gets all the way to Zambrano, and like you said, a throw that had a couple of hops behind it trickles into second base. So a lead-off double for Towndock.
Yeah, if you're Gassy, that's not how you wanted to start the game, and just a perfectly placed ball down the line. Not really much of a play there for Borges, or excuse me, not Borges. Who ended up at first? Borges. Matt told me he was playing third base today.
That is the bounty hunter, Bayou Panda, Tyler Courier, who wears number 14 from St. Pope John Paul II High School. Represents the great town of Bourne, Massachusetts.
As that ball's grounded, one hop to second base. Nice play there from Gracie on to first for the first out as the runner does advance over to third.
That's a great productive out by him, getting the ball to the right side, letting the base runner take third easily. That ball was smoked at Gassy.
Yeah, not just a rollover advance me ball there. He squared it up pretty good. It just happened to be productive at the same time.
I'll tell you a little bit about Gassy, the pitcher. This is his 3rd game of the year. This will be his 3rd start of the year. 4 innings pitched. He's allowed 10 runs, 5 earned with an ERA of 8.75, a whip of 3.25, 4 strikeout to 2 walk ratio.
A little bit of high numbers there, but he does catch the zone with a first pitch breaking ball there. Count now 0-1 on the 3-hitter from Towndock. Left-hander stands in. The 0-1 is fouled off third base side out of play. Quickly 0-2.
That's what you like to see. Counts that begin with O and end with 1 or 2.
Yeah, get ahead, stay ahead is the name of the game if you're a pitcher, especially a guy who has an ERA where Gassy does, the whip where he does. Get ahead and get yourselves in good counts and make the batters get defensive and change their swing. As an 0-2, and that's a soft line drive just over the head of Courier and down the left field line. That's going to be an RBI single and a quick 1-0 lead here for Towndock.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Colin McCarthy, maybe the first baseman. We saw him earlier this year put a couple of doubles off the chain link fence in Cardines. Also in the same game was hit by a pitch squarely in the elbow. He does not wear any protection over there, and he just trotted to first like it didn't even touch him. So that is one tough son of a gun. You may see him behind the plate or at first base tonight.
And that's a ground ball to second base in the hole. We're going to go to second for the first out as the shortstop is able to drag his toe over the bag and get the fielder's choice.
And I was right. That is McCarthy. He is behind the plate. The base runner, not the batter, as he's retired on the forced play at second. Love that killer instinct by Gracie. Kind of ranging to his left, still makes the hard throw to his right to the shortstop V, who, like you said, drags his foot right over the bag for the force out, preventing the runner from getting into a scoring position with 2 outs.
Well, with 2 outs, he starts the batter off with a first pitch fastball. Way late on that swing. Count now 0-1. The 0-1 is going to miss up and away. And going back to the RBI single, it was a 0-2 off-speed pitch that just caught a little too much of the plate. I couldn't tell how far out it might have been, but it was way too high for an 0-2. And, you know, McCarthy was just able to kind of fight it off as best he could and snuck it over Courier's glove there. Not the most squared-up ball of all time, but 0-2 probably needs to be a better pitch at that point.
I mean, that's a great piece of hitting. Just kind of sticks the barrel out there, goes opposite field, gets it right out of the third baseman's range, lands it in a little spot.
As that one's grounded slowly up the middle and a glove flip onto second base. A nice play there as Gracie records all 3 outs. Towndock does score 1 on 2 hits, 1 left on base. Bottom of the first coming up. Mudville ready to go.
Welcome back to Sprague Field in beautiful Narragansett, Rhode Island. Sun shining bright overhead, fans as far as the eye can see. And this Mudville offense will go to work against Natalie, the pitcher for Towndock.
Yeah, it's only his second appearance on the year. He's only thrown 1 inning so far. He gave up 2 runs in that 1 inning, so coming in with a 14 ERA, 2 walks, so a little bit of control issues in that first inning as well. But not a big sample size.
This is Ferreira, the catcher, leading off for Mudville, batting left-handed, wearing number 32 as he looks at ball 1 up and away.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's got a little bit of velocity on the mound at least. We'll see if that's what's translating to the walks is the lack of control. Looks like he's got some decent velo coming in at least.
That was a good miss by him. Did miss by much. As Jake Ferreira has a nice, comfy 2-0 count. Off to a little bit of a slow start. Jumped on with us late. Batting 143 with a 250 on-base percentage. But look for that OBP to go up after this at-bat as he's in a very good spot, 3-0. And if I had to guess, being a good leadoff hitter, he will be taking all the way.
Yeah, this might be what we were kind of just reading in the stats coming alive, just as that might have been a little bit of a gimme call maybe.
It was a very generous strike by the home plate umpire. Doesn't phase Ferreira at all. He'll go into work, enter a best swing or no swing situation. Misses badly for ball 4, so a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Mikey Castillo, a true triple crown threat. Flies on the bases, hits balls to the moon, makes great plays in the field, and he is swagged out to the teeth in the box. As chains dangle with every piece of equipment on you can think of.
Well, it was great. As we walked in today and we were setting up the cameras, Matt looked at him and just said, "Hey, you're playing center field." Guy didn't say a word, just kind of gave him the head nod down on his way to the dugout. Guys, all business.
The pitch, breaking ball, misses. Strike. A low pitch as Mikey Castillo will take a quick little walk around to think about What's going on?
Yeah, I was ready to mark that as a ball in the scorebook. I mean, I know it was a breaking ball. That catcher was almost picking that ball off the ground.
Almost.
Trying to be
0-1.
generous.
Ball up and away, fastball, two-seamer. Mikey Castillo batting .370 on the year with a .470 on-base percentage, OPS north of 1,000. Those are outrageous numbers.
Tied for the team lead in homers with 2 as well. 14 RBIs coming in.
I believe Austin Davis has 3 home runs.
Did I miss one?
I could be wrong.
Thank you. Sorry. We were doing quick stats today before the game. I might have missed one.
Austin has been.
Oh, you're right.
Austin's been injured
In
for a couple
3 games. Or, excuse me, in 7 games, too.
I mean, Austin smokes the ball, was the league leader for a while there until Rivera caught up to him on R&R construction. The pitch. Swings and misses at another breaking ball for strike 3.
Well, the stuff looks good. He's just got to be around the zone. If he's not around the zone, obviously, but if he's in and around the zone, it looks like the stuff's going to play pretty well tonight.
Here's an interesting one. Both starting pitchers combined for each of these teams have 3 innings pitched all year.
Yeah, not a lot to go on. Just going to be a lot of instinct and feel tonight.
Ferreira takes his lead at first. Harry Zambrano steps up to the plate wearing number 99, and he takes strike 1 just above the belt. Harry batting .354 this year with an on-base percentage of .537, an OPS even higher than Castillo's 1.120, with 6 stolen bases on the year as well, so he flies.
I mean, a 500-plus on-base percentage is just disgusting.
Ferreira goes. Here's the throw by McCarthy. Ferreira slides. He is out at second base on a laser beam by McCarthy, the catcher. Gets Ferreira trying to take second. And now all of a sudden, there's 2 outs and nobody on. So Zambrano going to be thinking, get this rally going again. Use all parts of the field. And he's got a 1-1 count and a pitcher with good stuff to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, McCarthy with just a great start to the game. He has an RBI single in the top half of the inning and just throws an absolute dart right on the bag. That he couldn't have made that any easier for Rosen at second base to throw a tag down.
That was an unbelievable throw to set the tone for the rest of the game. Great eye by Zambrano, as that one didn't miss by much. If you're wondering if Rob Natalie and Tony Natalie are related, keep wondering, because I don't know. Fouled off to the left side towards my Tesla.
Maybe we'll find out one day. Oh, congrats on the new car. I think it was a BMW on Sunday night.
Wait till you see what I drive tomorrow, Andrew. It'll blow your mind.
Just waiting for the Aventador to pull up.
Slightly out of my budget.
You sell the other 2, though, maybe.
In there for a strike 3 looking as Zambrano goes down. 1-0 as we head to the second. We'll be right back.
back, top half of the second. Towndock looking to add on to their 1-0 lead as the first pitch is blown by the leadoff hitter for Towndock. We saw a really quick 1-2-3 bottom half for Mudville, and then a quick defensive substitution, or at least a change for Mudville now in the top half of the inning, as Matt Borges coming out to play third base, so we're assuming that Courier switches back to DH or EH, which was the initial plan to start the game, and they had to throw a little wrinkle in there as we're waiting for some people to show up and get back into the lineup. As that breaking ball is going to miss, count now 2-1.
Both of those third basemen you just mentioned are terrific fielders and even better hitters.
Well, Gassy set his 2-1 and a fastball right by him. Count now 2-2.
I just want to remind everybody we are live on YouTube, broadcasted around the world. It is free to subscribe, free to come to these games, and free to park at them.
As that pitch is spoil foul third base side, we'll hold it 2-2.
Bounces off the Narragansett Community Center that does not have pickleball courts yet. So if you live in this town, please let your local officials know, your elected officials, you need at least 2 pickleball courts over there.
As that ball is served into shallow right center field, Gervais on the run. He's not able to get it as that ball drops down in front of him for a base hit. Well, it was an end of the bat fly ball that was kind of in that middle area between Castillo and Gervais, and Jackson had the best shot at it, and probably, if you ask him later, he probably says he should have that ball, but it does end up dropping down for a leadoff single.
That's a play I see Jackson make 99.9 times out of 100. Even when he doesn't make it, he makes it extremely close. He usually gets a glove on it, maybe just got a bad read on it right off the bat, and that was the difference.
As the breaking ball misses.
Where?
There was a reason why I hesitated there for a second. I didn't get a great view of it. Looked like a decent pitch from here.
Mikey Soul holding the runner on at first. He's got wheels.
That ball's grounded, slow roller, third base line. Pitch is the only one that's going to have a play here. Throw on to first, and a nice job by Gassy to jump off the mound as that ball ended up stopping about halfway between home and third. Borges wasn't going to have enough time to come in and make that play barehanded, so a good job by Gassy to hop off the mound and take the only play he had at first as the runner advances up to second base.
There's that thick, slow grass showing its ugly face again early tonight. It is the opposite of turf as I described it last night.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it on Sunday like you're talking about. Now, I really thought it was more of the rain that had come through Sunday before the game and how much it was slowing it. But like I said, we're 2 days removed from that rain, and that ball still died just as fast as it did the other night as the first pitch is fouled off there. So, yeah, it's gonna be a thing. The grass here is just an absolute velocity killer. So infielders are going to be hard steps in on pretty much any ball hit toward them tonight. As a breaking ball is going to miss low and away, left-handed batter's box count evens up at 1. Well, for Towndock, this is the DH rows. We just got the lineup card. We're starting to kind of filter everything in. So we're getting there. Bear with me for about another inning, and we'll have all the names. As that ball is served into shallow left field, and Zambrano with the dive. He's not going to get that as that ball is in for a hit. Hard cutoff throw from Castillo in. Ball gets away from Borges, but not far enough for advance. So the runners are going to be at first and third here with 1 out. Towndock in business, threatening again.
That's a great job by Chris Rose, getting his 5th hit in 42 plate appearances, and it couldn't have come at a better time with his team already up 1 in the middle of opening up a big rally against Gassy right before the playoffs start. That's a good sign for Towndock that he's getting going.
Well, I'll tell you, none of these 2 balls that have been hit, or honestly, all 3 balls that have been put in play have not been hit particularly hard. They've just found a couple of great spots just in between some fielders where it would have taken an exceptional play to make the play.
It's hard to get hard contact off of Gassy. He's got great stuff and has a great number on his jersey as well.
As the 0-1 is going to miss down, count 2-0, or excuse me, count 2-0 as the ball misses on the 1-0 pitch. Well, first and third, top of the second here, if you're just catching in. An RBI single in the top of the first has Towndock up 1-0, and that ball's going to be stopped in the hole. Throw to second, and he's able to get the fielder's choice. Man, it really didn't look like anyone was thinking that as he was going to get the ball there and be able to make a play, but a nice backhand, a quick turn, and a one-hopper over to second base, and he's able to get the force on that one.
What an unbelievable play by the Mudville 9 player making his debut for the team tonight. Unreal range, makes a throw to Gracie over at second. I almost wanted to say Gassy. Gracie at second base, who picks it, and that one's gonna be slightly out of his range.
Yeah, that's the first barrel, as that one's laced into left field for a base hit. Well, that was the 9-spot Tremblay. We should be back to the top of the order here with Camelo. And that is correct. Camelo is coming up here. He was the one that scored back in the first. So first and second, 2 outs. I mean, how big was that play by Desai in the hole to even get the out here? To get that second out.
Unbelievable play.
As Gassy goes, the first pitch is going to miss upstairs with a breaking ball. Like I said, Camelo was able to reach in the first. Came around to score on the RBI single from McCarthy. As that pitch misses, count now 2-0. And Gassy goes. That pitch is going to miss upstairs as well. Count 3-0. Well, not a spot you want to be in. 3-0 to the leadoff hitter with Josh Blaze waiting on deck. Gassy's ready. His 3-0. And taking all the way is Camelo. That pitch is a strike.
Fans are still pouring in to Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island to check out this late regular season action before the George Donnelly Sunset League opens up its playoffs Friday night.
And by fans, you mean the cross country and the run club that started about 15 minutes before the game got going here, as I can see him coming in from left field as ball 4 there and the bases are loaded.
Andrew, fans come in all shapes, sizes, ages, you name it. Family members are going to be pouring in late into this one. We have nonstop action that should go 9 full innings tonight.
Well, fair enough, fair enough. I think I'm just jealous because I would never be able to join a run club in my life.
It would take me about 28 to 31 minutes to do a 5K, if you're wondering. Maybe 35.
That's actually decent. 10-minute miles, pretty good.
The first one would be about 7.5, and then it would only go up from there, 10, 12.5.
It's honestly still pretty good. I'll give you that.
Those numbers are from 7 years ago, so
Okay.
please don't fact check them.
Yeah, we might have to retest you at some point there, TJ, because I don't know about that. Well, the count's 1-1 here on Josh Blaze. He grounded at the second back in the first. As that pitch way up, he tried to snap off a breaking ball and lost that one. Lucky that Ferreira was able to keep that one in front of him. Bases loaded. Towndock threatening again here in the top of the first. They're already up 2-0. They were able to push one across earlier in this inning to add on to the one they had in the bottom, or excuse me, the top half of the first. That one's laced down the right field line, but foul. I think Josh Blaze knew he missed one that he liked right there. Just a tick too far out in front and ripped it down the first base line.
What gave that away, Andrew?
Some colorful language, I think, is the best way to put it. If that ended up getting picked up by the mics, we'll apologize in advance for any kids listening. As that one is spoiled foul on an off-speed pitch, count's going to hold it 2-2.
Heading towards the Tesla.
Oh boy. And you thought the BMW repairs were expensive the other night. I can't imagine what Elon charges for that stuff. As the 2-2, and that one just misses Blaze as the breaking ball almost clipped him in the back leg. Count's going to full up here at 3-2 and let the runners go on the pitch. We haven't seen him have great command of the breaking ball so far today. He's been a little bit all around the zone. You saw the one that almost got to the backstop a couple pitches before. That one almost clipped Blaze in the leg. He's got to really lock in on that breaking ball and not be a one-pitch pitcher. That fastball is spoiled foul, and the count will reset at 3-2. We've seen Blaze be on time. We've seen him be late. We've seen him be early. We'll see what he sits on here, and if Gassy has enough confidence to throw an off-speed pitch full count. As that one tipped into the glove of Ferrer for strike 3, so Gassy gets into some trouble but works around it for the most part, and we head to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Towndock here from Sprague Field.
Welcome back to Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island. I'm your host, TJ Brogle, alongside my co-host, Andrew Whalen, as former MVP Matty Borges leads off for Mudville 9. A brief discussion about where that pitch missed behind the plate, as Borges is second on the team in RBIs this season, which is very impressive considering he does not start all the games and has missed multiple games due to injury.
Yeah, I mean, not overly surprising knowing Matt Borges. Obviously, there is some factors in there that do make it a little bit surprising, but the guy's productive when he's in. I mean, he's hitting 350, not exactly surprising, and he had a couple balls the other night that, if we weren't playing at Sprague, were probably more RBI opportunities as well.
He sits in a hole now, 1-2 with that yellow bat and no batting gloves, chains hanging for days from his neck. Breaking ball misses up and away.
And TJ, what kind of bat would he be happen to using, or what kind of bat is he using right now?
That would be a dovetail bat. Contact Matty Borges to buy your own personalized dovetail bats, the hardest wood in the game. Fouled off on the right-hand side as fans run over to try and grab that ball. Please do not come and ask for autographs. We have plenty of time to do that after the game, but during the game, these players are locked in fully, and they just don't have time to sign balls over the fence for you. We actually need that ball back, so please bring it back in good time. Fouled off. First baseman's got a little bit of a bid on it. He's going to go all the way to the chain link fence, but it's going to be out of play.
Well, I know I made this remark on Sunday night, but for those who aren't familiar or missed it, Sprague Field, especially in the foul territory before the infield becomes the outfield, there's a ton of room going from the line over toward the dugouts and the fence. So a ball that you probably don't anticipate staying in play has a decent shot here. And then once you get into the outfield, it kind of comes back in and tapers into a more normal foul territory.
Breaking ball misses badly. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. What a great leadoff at-bat by manager Matty Borges. Fouled off, and we'll go to the 9th pitch as the camera rattles up and down.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing a good job here. It was a really quick top or bottom half of the first inning. You didn't see Natalie throw a ton of pitches, so good for Borges to make him throw some here and, keep spoiling until he finally catches a mistake and is able to put a barrel on it.
Ball 4, misses low, fastball, so a leadoff walk for the Mudville 9 offense. And that sets up An interesting opportunity for a gentleman who is making his Mudville 9 debut, wearing number 55. We've seen that jersey on other players this year, myself included. And I told him before the game I was nice enough to put 2, maybe 3 hits inside of that jersey for him. So let's see if he found him.
And if he goes over today, we get to blame you, right? Is that how it works?
I'll take it. I'll take it. We don't want to get too tough on him. We want him to come back to the Sunset League where these highly talented collegiate level players play their summer ball, looking to perfect their craft before they go back to their college. The pitch. Smoked into the gap. This one's going to go all the way to the fence. Both outfielders with their backs to the infield running for it. Manager Matty Borges at full speed will round third. He's going to try to score with nobody out. Here comes the throw all the way to the plate. Steps on home plate. He is safe. He scores from first base on a gap shot to right center, and that's a 0-out double as Mudville cuts the lead in half, 2-1.
Well, there's one of those hits you were talking about, TJ. He caught a 1-0 fastball, just middle cut, gap shot, right center. Like you said, all the way to the wall. Not really a chance there to throw out Borges. I'm surprised they even made that cutoff throw because I thought that Desai might even try to take third base once they decided to throw it. But a leadoff double, an RBI, and like you said, now back within striking distance at 1 here.
Well, there's one of the hits. He's found him, I can tell you that. So I'm off the hook as that pitch is in there for a strike one.
I looked down to change the scoreboard and I missed it.
I was
verbal.
distracted by Jackson, the Jax Hammer Gervais's beautiful teal batting gloves and teal cleats, so I apologize if we have that one wrong. The pitch. Lined into right field. That's a base hit. This one's going to get to the right fielder very quickly. They're going to hold the runner at third as this one comes into the infield, cut off by the first baseman. And Jackson is on with a single to the opposite field. One of these unbelievably talented hitters you'll find in this league. He's been mashing in this league for over a decade, and his reputation is still growing.
Yeah, I mean, aggressive first or second pitch there. Another fastball that was pretty center cut, went the other way with it. Desai kind of knew there that he wasn't scoring. He kind of took the maybe first gear into third base and just kind of coasted over, knowing first and third, no outs, no need to try to push anything there, especially on a squared up ball right at the right fielder.
So this brings up Logan Taylor, a late entry into the lineup. Jackson's running with the pitch. Here comes the throw down to second from McCarthy. It's going to be into the outfield. It's going to get into the outfield. Another run's going to score. Jackson will advance to third. We have a tie ball game here at Sprague Field, Narragansett, Rhode Island.
Yeah, well, a great jump there by Gervais, and then the throw from the catcher took the second baseman kind of back toward his side where he was coming from and didn't really have a chance to get that one in front. And, into the center field it goes, allows the runner to score, and then Gervais advances over to third base. So just a great job there by Jackson to make something happen.
We saw McCarthy throw somebody out in the first inning. That time it gets into the outfield, run scores. Now another man at third base. Still nobody out here. 2-2 ball game. This is Logan Taylor. Like I said, a late insert into this lineup. He's the DH today. I fully expect to see him make an appearance on the mound at some point. And this is a very promising young collegiate level pitcher.
I think we can blame the late chains on some classic Route 4 stoplight traffic, if I had to guess.
I'm not going to say who was originally going to be in the lineup because I know he's either watching the stream or will watch the stream. But Joe Nicolacci's got to get here on time. I'm very sorry.
It's a tough look. You never know how it goes sometimes. You get that 1.5-mile stretch, you got to get through the 2 lights, and, then if you're coming all the way down here to Gansett, there's a few more that you got to get through, so...
Well, I've seen Nicolacci's Mercedes, and he does park very far from the field, has no interest in balls even getting close to his... In fact... He has somebody else bring his equipment to the game so he doesn't have to put it in the Mercedes.
I mean, someone else's, you must have a better repair guy than he does if he's not willing to get his car that close.
This one's fouled off by Logan Taylor. He's 1 for 4 on the season, has a walk as well. That one was a single. So batting .250 with an on-base percentage, just a tick higher. And I am looking over into the Towndock bullpen. There is action.
I was sitting so far back in the box, I couldn't even see the bullpen. You are right.
Andrew, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Papa's at the wheel. The pitch. Misses badly up near the eyes as Logan Taylor looks around to kind of regain his bearing. Changing the eye level is the pitcher. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Going back to the Borges at bat, that was 9 pitches. He still is yet to record an out this inning. He's probably up near 20 this inning alone.
There was a lot of conviction on that when he finished so hard that his hat fell off.
Lined into left field. That's a base hit. Gervais will score on the single by Logan Taylor, and Mudville takes the lead 3-2. And Logan was giving me a look before that at bat like, you just watch this, watch what I do. And he comes through.
Another barrel there. There's been a lot of loud contact this inning. Just a line drive into left field. Good job of working the count deep, finding something he can finally handle and doing a job and pushing a run across.
Well, this brings up the Bayou Panda, Tyler Courier. I had the luxury of doing a pregame interview with him. Just wanted to remind me of some of his personal accolades that he has. We'll have all night to tell you about him, but the most obvious one is his mustache. He's very proud of it.
Where's that view from the first base area where we might be able to catch a glimpse of it?
Oh, you'll get it.
Do some fancy work over there
You
for us.
You will get it, I promise you. The 1-0. Swung on and missed.
Yeah, touch late on that one. Got to get it going a little bit sooner.
TC's got an on-base percentage of .250 this year. He's been hit by a pitch. He's left 13 men on base, which is not in the top 3 of the team. Misses badly for a ball-high fastball as he gives me a little helmet nod. I see you. He is fully in control of this. He saw that fastball well, just a tad bit late on it, but he picked it up well right out of the pitcher's hand. Now he finds himself in a good situation to swing again. Right on that one, but he swings and misses at an elevated fastball just under the letters, and the count is 2-2.
I mean, velocity's good. It's just it's location for Natalie here. He's getting that fastball by people as long as he's in and around the zone. But if you can't be close to the zone with half of his pitches, and I haven't seen too many off speeds this inning kind of be around it. He's just a one-pitch pitcher, and if it's around it, people are going to square it up.
That one's in there for a called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. So that brings up Mikey Soul. Makes his way down here from Tewksbury, Massachusetts, probably about a 75 to 90 mile commute. Plays in 4 leagues, this being one of them. You can find Mikey Soul on the Boston Expos, Medway Reds, Davis Park, and Mudville.
Driving
And
here from Tewksbury.
you will also find him on the Mariners. So 5 teams, 4 leagues.
Yeah, I mean, a drive here from Tewksbury in pretty peak Boston traffic, basically, or in and around. I guess that'd be more of a 495 commute. Goodness.
And he did pick up the shortstop on his way down here. Just a fun little nugget. Still looking for his first hit in the George Donnelly Sunset League, but sports an on-base percentage of .400. So word is out. Do not miss middle and in on this guy. He will make you pay. He's been known to hit balls into other counties. Logan Taylor takes his lead. The pitch is high for another ball. As the pitcher's hat falls off.
Yeah, the inconsistency is just weird for me. It's like, 2 pitches will just miss basically to the backstop, and then all of a sudden he'll throw a dot on the corner. It's very all or nothing at this point.
If I could just give a little bit of insight, as this one's lined right back at him. They're going to get Taylor doubled off at first base for a double play. And I will give you that tidbit in a little while. We'll be right back.
Well, an exciting bottom of the second here as Mudville answers with 3 runs as we head up to the top of the third. It's 3-2 here. Beautiful night from Sprague Field. Andrew Whalen and TJ Brogle back live for the second time. We liked it so much on Sunday night that we decided we'll do it again today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be around tomorrow, so if you are here tomorrow, I apologize. I got some stuff I need to do tomorrow that, as the first pitch there, misses basically in between McCarthy's legs.
If I had to guess, the fans would prefer it be the opposite. You here, me not.
It's okay. Now you have the nice New England accent going, where I'm the more or less monotone, classically trained broadcaster that you keep it nice and fresh in here.
I definitely have 0 training doing this.
As that pitch is fly to left field, Zambrano camped under it, and he makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the third. You know, we shook off some rust Sunday night for sure. I had not called a live baseball game in about 6 years. Sometime August of 2020 when the NECBL was down and they were playing at Cardines in the Newport Collegiate Baseball League. I believe that was my last time I called a real baseball game live. So definitely shaking off a little bit of rust here and remembering the flow and the rhythm as these things go. As that ball's grounded up the middle, Desai gets a bad hop there. He's just going to eat it. That's going to go down as an E6 there for Desai, who we saw make a couple of really nice plays through the first 2 innings. That one might have just caught him on a bad hop there. And that's going to allow Rosen to get on base with 1 out.
Little bit of a head scratcher. He makes the unbelievable plays you don't expect him to, and then just kind of snow cones and has a routine 3-hopper bounce out of his glove. Still was able to gather it quickly and look at the runner, but no time to throw him out.
As that pitch is swung on and missed by the EH, John McCarthy. Yeah, you know, it might just be a learning curve. This might be his first time playing at Sprague and just getting used to the way the field operates, the hops, the speed of the grass we've noted multiple times. So it might just be something like that as McCarthy swings and misses and is quickly down 0-2.
Well, I was going to say maybe a little bit of nerves setting in, but after that missile he hit in the gap that went all the way to the fence, I'd say that is not the case.
No, I would agree with you. Swung on and missed. A quick 3-pitch strikeout there for Gassy as he quickly disposes of McCarthy for the second out.
Disposes is the correct way to describe that one.
Yeah, that seemed just like an overmatching there. Just 3 fastballs. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Louisiana Bayou. And back to the dugout with Daft coming up with 2 outs. Well, stepping in the center fielder, Wyatt Daft, he singled back in the second inning and came around to score as he takes that pitch for a strike. Well, Gassy filling up the zone. A pretty drastic change from the first couple of innings that he threw, as he seems to have found it here in the third. He even flips in a breaking ball there, and Daft just spoils it foul. Another 0-2 count. You got to like what you see there. Is he's got the confidence in the breaking ball there, and Daft had no timing on that one. Was just able to kind of flick it foul just to save himself there. As an 0-2, that one's spoiled foul. Count will hold at 0-2.
Six straight strikes from Gassy, 7 if you go back to the ball in play, as he is way ahead 0-2.
Just looking, no attempts, no stolen bases on the year for Rosen at first base. So he looks fairly athletic guy. He might try to swipe a bag, but nothing yet on the year. He hasn't even tried. So we'll see if he decides to maybe get one going here with 2 outs, trying to just make something happen. As that pitch catches the outside corner, strike 3. A nice inning there from Gassy. We head to the bottom of the third. 3-2 Mudville coming up.
Welcome back to Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island, as number 51 for Towndock will take over on the mound. And he will be greeted by the Mudville 9 second baseman, Gracie.
Yeah, I wish that the league websites maybe had some more up-to-date numbers and rosters, because he's wearing 51 and there's no one number 51, at least on the pitching roster. I guess I can swap over and maybe see if he's a hitter as well, and maybe he's over there and I can tell you who he is at least.
Well, we did see him warming up in the bullpen, and I'm sure he's very happy to start a clean inning rather than clean up someone else's jam. Finds himself and his team trailing by 1, so he's looking to do a job, hoping to match Gassie's last inning, 1, 2, 3, and get his team right back up. Mudville has other plans.
Well, he's quickly up 0-2, so already a change of pace from what we were kind of seeing out of Natalie, as he disposes quickly of Gracie there.
Well, we're back to the top of the lineup. Ferreira, the catcher, wearing number 32, bats left-handed. We've seen him mash balls in this league. Started off the game with a leadoff walk, was caught stealing. And second time around, let's see how he does. This game is still in its early stages, bottom 3. Plenty of time to come down here and check out what we're doing, as that one is in there for strike 1 on a fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but it's 4 straight fastballs, so.
The 0-1. In there for strike 2, almost the identical pitch as the one right before.
Well, the good news is we're able to learn who's the pitcher on the mound. It's going to be who's listed at number 92, but wearing number 51 today, Scott Cooper, who comes in with a 2.32 ERA through 5 2/3 innings pitched.
That one misses low for ball 1, and we can thank Mudville 9 manager Matty Borges for that intel, as he knows every single pitcher from every single team just by looking at them.
Oh, excuse me. I was looking at his whip. He has a 6.25 ERA. He has a 2.32 whip.
This one's fouled off towards the DPU building. Might get a piece of a trailer over there. It jumps over the bike trail. If you're walking down there, look out!
Well, okay, that makes a little more sense now. I was going to say that was a pretty solid ERA, but yeah, 5 2/3 innings pitched so far in the year. He's walked 9 in 5 2/3. So if you had told me that before, I wouldn't have believed you the way I just watched him start off the first 2 batters.
The 1-2 is in the dirt and misses badly for ball 2 to bring the count back even to 2-2.
And I just pulled across a breaking ball there a little bit too much. We've seen a couple of those today from both sides. Just no one's really found a great feel of that breaking ball yet. A lot of those that are either missing way high or ones that almost come across and hit the back leg of the left-handed batter.
Here's the pitch. Line drive into the right field. Second baseman's going to grab it in the hole, throws it over to first base for the out. Man, that one had right field written all over for it. Second baseman takes 2 strides to his right, makes an easy backhand and throws it to first for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, Ferreira caught a barrel there, but unfortunately he also caught the infield at Sprague, and that halved his exit velocity off the 1 hop. So, yeah, what looked like it was a base hit to right field ended up being a routine play for Rose, and I think he almost got surprised because he fielded that on the backhand when I really think he probably had enough time to square it up and play it on the forehand, but he probably just wasn't ready for the ball to just die off the grass.
I thought it was going right into right field on a 1 bounce hop. Second baseman was there, must have read it well off the bat for the second out of the inning. So that brings up Mikey Castillo. Like I said, came into today batting .370 with a .470 on base percentage, and this one almost hits him. This one rides up and in, and he's got to jump out of the way.
Yeah, that was an attempt at a breaking ball there, and just not a great feel on it.
Mikey Castillo has struck out 12 times this year. He's also homered twice.
Probably make it 13 after the one he had in the top of the first.
The 2-0. Misses, even worse. This one's going to go straight to the backstop for another ball.
And that one was a fastball, too. So here's the Cooper that the stats had warned us about, or kind of given us the insights about coming through after the first 2 batters were put away pretty quickly.
Mikey kind of just standing there like, what the heck am I going to do with this?
Well, We'll see if Cooper can use that now. Sometimes you throw a couple balls up at the eyes and you can use it as a setup pitch. Obviously, you're not trying to put a ball towards someone's eyes, but if you lose one accidentally, you can come back and use it as a setup pitch. I saw Dellin Betances do that more than a handful of times in my childhood.
Dellin Betances, former Yankees right-handed relief pitcher, known to pitch over 100 strikeouts in a single season multiple times out of the bullpen. An absolutely deadly weapon out of that Bronx Bombers bullpen. Found his way over to the New York Mets towards the end of his career, but a great career that was for him.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he might have signed with the Padres maybe, or the Braves, and maybe did a minor league stint, and I don't think he ever actually made it.
I believe his Baseball Reference will show 3 teams. I don't know if they're all from the majors, though. I'm sure our production team or one of us will be able to fact check that fairly quickly. My guess is he pitched in 2 teams in the major leagues, both out of New York, but did have a 3rd team in his resume.
Dodgers. He signed with the Dodgers, but he only pitched in AAA for him, so you are correct. But yeah, I guess my point there, I saw a lot of those where he'd throw a fastball up at someone's eyes or over his head by accident, and then just break off 3 disgusting slurves, and it was just good morning, good afternoon, good night, back to the dugout without a swing.
When I think of Dellin Betances, I think of some of the most dominant Yankee bullpen pitchers I've ever seen. That included Mariano Rivera, Zach Britton, left-handed reliever.
Not prime Britton for sure, but he was there for a couple of years.
That's exactly right. Dellin Betances, some absolute punch-out machines. Scott Proctor maybe overlapped a little bit with those gentlemen. I can't remember if Proctor was done by the time Betances came in. It gets a little foggy when you talk about things that were over 10 years ago.
I think you're a little early on Proctor there. The Betances was the run DMC, or the no-run DMC era, so it was him, it was Chapman, and it was Andrew Miller for about 2 years.
Ball 4, and that's correct. The Chapman part of that closers parade that the Yankees would trot out there to shorten the length of those MLB ball games. So Mikey Castillo takes ball 4, bring up Harry Zambrano. Zambrano with an on-base percentage over 500. The runner goes. Here's the throw from McCarthy. It's better than the last one, but it's not going to be in time as Castillo slides in feet first for the easy stolen base to set up a nice spot for Zambrano. He's going to duck on the pond now as Mudville is right back on the attack.
Yeah, great jump there by Castillo. It was kind of a slight step there from Cooper, his release from the stretch, but it's a slow delivery, even though he didn't have a crazy high leg kick. So easy bag there, not much of a play for McCarthy.
Zambrano, the George Donnelly Sunset League reigning MVP, playing for the team that is the defending champs, and this is the guy you want up. And all of a sudden, the two first outs were very quick. Mikey Castillo with a walk and a stolen base. Now all of a sudden you blink and they've got a runner in scoring position with the MVP up.
Yeah, trying to add on to that lead. We saw him take the lead 3-2 last inning when they were up, and I think Castillo's scoring on a base hit here, so that's what we're looking for out of Zambrano.
Throws him an off-speed changeup that Zambrano's just ahead of, swings and misses. Find himself in a 1-2 count.
Yeah, pulled the string, a really good pitch there. I don't think Harry was ready for a changeup.
This one's going to be fouled off. I'm in the box. Nothing doing there. McCarthy will use that brief second to give his pitcher a couple words of encouragement. Good job, buddy. Keep pounding the zone, whatever he said. There was a little head nod there between the two. They both realize this is not an easy out.
I think Harry might be in competition for the tightest pants award today, too.
Well, you said it, not me. As this one misses badly in the dirt, blocked by McCarthy, the catcher.
We have a pretty good bird's eye view of him right now, and yeah, I mean the Bryce Harper tweener kind of style going right now, with the stirrups on underneath. I think he's in the lead for that award today at least.
You know who likes baseball pants? The ladies. So come on down. Ground ball, right side. This is going to be right at the first baseman. Plays it on the in-between hop. Will wave off the pitcher and take it himself for the 3rd out of the inning. Mudville 3, Towndock 2. We'll be right back for the 4th.
Well, welcome back. Bottom half of the fourth here at Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Andrew Whalen and TJ Brogle on the call here for the George Donnelly Sunset League. As the first pitch to Jack McKnight is going to miss upstairs, as Gassie's still in the game for Mudville. He seemed to have clicked in the third inning and trying to bring that momentum back as he hits an off-speed pitch strike there to even the count at 1.
The beautiful Narragansett, Rhode Island, with a population of about 14,000 people that doubles in the summer season.
Classic, as that ball's fouled straight back. Yeah, you know, it's a little weird for me who is from Cumberland, Rhode Island originally, so, you know, as far north as you can get into the state. You only come down here a couple times a year if you're going to the beach or if you have something really specific. So now living in Coventry, where I'm a little closer, it's weird, and I'm finding all of these places and these towns in the southern half of the state that I was not accustomed to growing up as a kid.
Cumberland, Rhode Island, the town of Rocco Baldelli and DJ Polo Marty Lannon.
Shout out to I'm actually very good friends with Rocco's youngest brother. We grew up around the corner from each other on the same neighborhood. Shout out Windsong Road. As that breaking ball is going to miss. Count now full at 3-2.
As the viewers are well aware, I have a Topps 2000 Chrome graded 10 Rocco Baldelli rookie card. And it is on my eBay store if you're interested. As
that pitch is fouled over our heads, count will hold at 3-2. You know, if you hang around down here long enough, you might catch him. I know he's a special assistant for the Dodgers these days, but from what I've been told, he's only there a limited amount of time, and he does spend a lot of his time down here in South County.
Come on down, Rocco.
That pitch misses. Ball 4 as the leadoff batter is on for Towndock to start the 4th inning.
I also have a non-chrome Topps 2000 Rocco Baldelli rookie card. If anyone's looking for a card in a slightly lower budget bracket, visit my eBay store or come on down and talk to me after the game. I'm available, and I regularly do interviews.
First pitch is a ball. Throw down to second is going to be not in time. Or I should specify, the throw is in time, but second baseman Gracie was not able to hold on as he tried to tag McKnight going down to second, so that'll go as a stolen base. Great throw there from Ferreira, and like I said, I think that he's absolutely out if Gracie's able to hold on to the ball as he applied the tag on McKnight, but he wasn't able to as he brought it around and it popped out of his glove and, you know, headed over toward the shortstop area.
That was a great throw by Ferreira. Beat him by 5 feet.
And that ball is fouled off a foot in the box, so the count will be 1-1 on Rose. Rose had the RBI single back in the second inning, was then forced out on a fielder's choice as he's taking a couple of steps outside the box. I think that one caught him on the inside of his left foot and walking around a little bit gingerly here trying to shake that one off is never feels good, especially on a spot where not a ton of padding on the inside of your foot.
That one stung.
Oh, he's back in the box. Count 1-1. Gassy set his pitch and tipped into the glove of Ferreira for strike 2. That one had a little extra on it. You could hear the pop from here. Hopefully the mics picked that one up because that one sounded good.
Had a couple extra seconds to regain some strength during the brief mound visit, which it showed.
As that pitch is served into left field, Zambrano coming in and a diving play in left field. A nice job there from Harry Zambrano to charge that one. And on kind of an in-between dive slide, he makes a nice catch for the first out.
Rose was absolutely robbed of his second hit of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Harry give an attempt at one earlier in the game. And actually, I don't remember if it was Rose's or if it was someone else's, but or no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Sunday night, aren't I? Where him and Gervais both had a couple of diving attempts that they weren't able to hold on to.
All the games start to blend into the same, Andrew. That's for sure.
It's gross that this is only you know what? I think it was this game. I just got to stop second guessing myself. I believe it was as a breaking ball, big swing and a miss there from Evan Beatty. Count now 0-2. That was a breaking ball that he was way out in front of and took a big rip on it, but came up very empty. As that pitch just misses upstairs. Count 1-2.
A little too close to take, if you ask me.
Yeah, not a bad pitch. I think that was pretty close to the zone. I think it missed just a tick up. Good fastball. Gassie's set, and a breaking ball swung on and missed. Second out as Beatty goes down swinging.
I was fortunate enough today to have a chimichanga for lunch today. Ground beef, extra cheese, extra sour cream with a side of refried beans.
Talking about Gassie, huh?
California Taco Shop on Central Ave in Pawtucket.
As the first pitch to the 10-hitter Nolan Tremblay misses.
Not by much, though.
Well, I feel like Pawtucket's got to be a pretty good spot to get Latino food. I don't know if I've ventured to the California Taco Shop specifically, but it sounds like it would be a good spot for sure.
You can find one in Woonsocket, Pawtucket, Providence, North Providence, and perhaps other locations.
Still too far north of me as a Rhode Islander. If it's more than 15 minutes away, it's not worth driving to. As a third straight breaking ball is going to miss. Count now 2-1. I don't know if that's just me. I think that's just the Rhode Islander mentality, though. 15 minutes more, you're just not going. As that pitch misses down, count 3-1. That looked like a pretty good pitch there. It looks like Gassie's been around the zone on even the misses this inning. Ferreira gave him the little point after that pitch saying, hey, that was close. Borderline could have gone either way. As the 3-1 and swung on and missed as Tremblay was late on that one. Count will be full.
First base is unoccupied here, so the runner at second will not be able to get a head start on the pitch.
Correct, and a big batter here for Gassie. Again, 10 spot. Don't want to flip it to the top of the lineup as that pitch is popped behind first base. Going back is Sully, and he's able to snag that one for the last out here. We're going to leave a runner on second. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Mudville here from Sprague Field.
Welcome back to Sprague Field in beautiful Narragansett, Rhode Island, as the sun is setting, lights shining bright overhead, and we've got a one-run ball game in the George Donnelly Sunset League. Manager Matty Borges leading off for Mudville 9, the 2008 league MVP, still doing it all, was at second base last night, finds himself at third base tonight, as he swings and misses for a strike and gives the pitcher a little bit of a finger point as I see you. Good pitch, buddy.
Yeah.
But I'm not done yet.
Oh, yeah. Good off-speed pitch there. That one fell right off the table. Started at the knees and ended up pretty much just behind the plate.
Line, drive, right field. Right fielder at full speed going over. Has to put the brakes on. He almost overruns it, and he makes the catch on the run. That ball was tagged opposite field piece by Matty, but the right fielder with blazing speed is able to run over about 30 feet to his right, put the brakes on so he didn't overrun it, and he makes the catch fairly easy.
Yeah, exactly right. I was going to say the exact same thing. Tremblay got a good jump on that one. First of all, Borges, a good job sitting back on pretty much that same off-speed pitch that he had seen before, and he had swung through and laced it toward right field. And yeah, he almost overran it, had to slow down and make sure that he didn't. And it was basically right at his forehead at that point.
I think Matty thought he was getting extra bases off the bat with that one. I could hear the chains dangling. He was full speed out of the box, and he had to put the brakes on himself as he was robbed of a beautiful opposite field hit.
Yeah, Domingo Ayala will be proud of the change he's got popping out tonight.
We don't have any stats on the new Mudville 9 player, V, but we've seen him go 1 for 1 tonight with a double that was smoked in the gap, made a couple of great plays in the field. One error, didn't cost them, as he commands that left-handed batter's box with confidence. And he will take ball 4. A little bit of frustration for him. He wants to swing.
Well, I'll tell you one stat he's got around it. It's 1,000 OBP. He's 2 for 2 so far today. Double, walk, RBI. So a good start to your Mudville career if you're Fee Desai.
Well, that brings up Jackson Gervais, batting .265 coming into today. You can increase that number slightly, as he already has a hit tonight with an on-base percentage over 400. Takes a ball 1. Red sleeves, red elbow guard, blue ankle guard, teal batting gloves, teal cleats, big heart.
Big beard, good tattoos.
That ball misses low for a ball to bring the count to 2-0 on Jackson. He has a .772 on-base percentage coming into today. Also has a pair of steals on the season. Has struck out 13 times.
Okay, that one was a strike, but the last one was a ball. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a correction call on the previous one. Almost the same pitch. The last one might have even been a tad bit better, but nevertheless, 2-1 count. Still a good spot for Jackson, as this one's yanked, and that fastball goes almost into the other batter's box, as the catcher McCarthy has to kind of backhand it and almost had to pick it off the ground. It never got there. So 3-1 the count. Runner takes his lead. This one does get into the ground. This one's going to tip off McCarthy's glove and go all the way to the backstop for ball 4 on Jackson.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that, Cooper's not exactly fast to the plate, and I feel like Desai has enough speed. He probably could have tried to take a bag there, but, ended up not really mattering as Jackson does walk. But, if he's on second with that, all of a sudden he's on third and a ground ball or a sac fly scores him. So I'm a little surprised. Maybe he's just a little hesitant being a new player, and I don't know if he has talked to Matty about green lights. We'll see.
Mudville is 1 for 2 today on stolen base attempts, as Logan Taylor shows bunt, pulls it back to get the count to 1-0. There is one out. With nobody out, I would fully expect him to square up a sacrifice bunt here as he pulls it back again. And it's a slash play. This one's going to go into the outfield for a base hit. Third baseman coach sending him. He's going to come all the way to the plate. It's a great throw, but it's going to take him off the line a little bit, and he will score for the 4th run of the game for Mudville, as Logan Taylor does a little bit of a slash play. He's 2 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pulled back way earlier on that one than he did on the first pitch. The first pitch, he basically waited until Cooper released, and then he let that one go. That one, he pulled it back as soon as Cooper kind of got into the motion to the delivery, and then, a line drive into center field, a nice piece. And then we saw the speed from Desai there coming around third. Borges sent him, and I think he beats that even if the throw's on target.
This one's fouled off by number 14, Tyler Courier. Started the game at third base today, was shifted over to EH to make way for manager Matty Borges to play the field. You might see TC back there tonight. Also, you might see TC on the mound, as that one's in there for strike 2.
Yeah, that looked like a slider, cutter, some sort of off-speed pitch. Nothing crazy like a curveball where it didn't have a dramatic 12-6 kind of, vertical drop, but a nice pitch there. Change of pace and quickly behind in the count, 0-2.
Tyler Courier represents the High School of St. John Paul II. Went to college at St. Joseph's College of Maine. Won the 10th Man Award for his collegiate baseball team. And he was a 7-year catcher in the Cape Cod League, catching today's major leaguers before they became major leaguers. That one is in there for a strike 3. Just gets the outside corner, says the home plate umpire. And TC will walk away. A little bit of a frustration setting in. That looked like a good take to me as he shakes his head no. But nevertheless, the home plate umpire is not going to change his mind. And that one's in there for strike 3. So brings up number 22, Mikey Soul, a savvy veteran using his bright red bat tonight. When he uses his orange ones, we call him Creamsicle Soul. But he is not Creamsicle tonight. He's just Soul.
I want to back up there to the Courier comment. He was a bullpen catcher in the Cape League, is what you're saying. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood that right. Very cool.
Started when he was 14 years old.
It's got to give you some really good experience as a catcher if you're a 14-year-old catching D1 top prospects.
There are players that have already been to the majors and retired that he helped get there. And plenty of current major leaguers, as this one misses low for ball 3 to Michael Soul.
Soul, I'm going to have to remember that. I keep wanting to pronounce the E at the end of his name. I just got to scribble it out so I just see the actual word Soul, and then I'll remember.
He loves the nickname Soleil. Taking all the way to bring the count to 3-1 in a classic best swing or no swing situation. Now he's going to be looking to do damage with 2 very fast runners on the base paths.
Yeah, big opportunity here for Mudville to extend the lead. They had first and second, one out. Wasn't able to do anything as Courier, struck out looking. No one was able to advance. So ball in the gaps is what it's going to take to score, Taylor from first. But need to try to cash in here with at least one of these guys.
Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Mikey Soul increasing that on-base percentage as he takes ball 4. That sets up Gracie, second baseman. Nobody on the team faster than him. If he puts a ball in play, he will use his legs beyond belief. A single to the outfield would surely score 2 runs.
I'll tell you, it'd be a great time for his first RBIs on the year if he's able to bring a runner or 2 in here.
That one's in there for strike 1. Definitely after a walk to load the bases. Being the bottom hitter, you're going to make this pitcher come to you. You're not going to help him out at all.
No, absolutely. That's the right approach for sure. Unfortunately, it looked like it was a pretty good pitch to hit there, but that is the correct baseball logic play. So no knocking on him there. But now he's got to get ready to go.
2-run lead for Mudville. The pitch is inside, bounces off the catcher's glove briefly, but does not get away at all. To bring the count to 1-1. Andrew Smiley coaching first base. Matty Borges coaching third base. Mudville runners in every direction you look. The pitch. Swings and fouls one off that gets a piece of the umpire to bring the count to 1-2. Gracie going to have to shorten up here, put a ball in play, make this defense work.
Yeah, got to do a job here now. Shorten up, at least, like you said, put it in play and let the speed hopefully work for him a little bit. We've seen the way that the infield's killed ground balls so far today, so just any ball in play at this point and give yourself at least a chance to make the defense make a play.
Foul. This one's going to be off the catcher this time, so Gracie not making any friends back there. He's taking each person out behind him systematically.
Yeah, he's doing some damage for sure. I don't know if he's got a bounty against these guys, if they said something about his mom, his girlfriend, his sister, but yeah, he's definitely putting a beating into both the catcher and the umpire.
And if his mom, sister, or girlfriend are watching, we would appreciate you sharing the stream, liking the stream, maybe give us a comment on how we're doing, or just how your favorite player's doing. The pitch. Fastball misses badly for another ball to bring the count to 2-2. We are broadcasted live on YouTube around the world for free. This high-level baseball league we are in, as Joe Nicolacci gives me a little bit of a wave down there. Glad you finally showed up, Joe. We missed you. The pitch. Another ball. That'll bring the count full. Runners will be in motion, which gives Mikey Soul an opportunity to score from first base on a ball in the gap.
Let's see if you can show off some speed here. Let the big man move. Once the train gets in motion, get off the tracks.
That's exactly right. Mikey Soul wears number 22, but for now, it's Gracie. Ball 4. He's going to walk in a run as Jackson Gervais will trot home and touch it to bring the score to 5-2. And we're going to have a mound visit. If you don't mind me just kind of briefly bringing up some baseball insight, walking the 10-hitter to bring in a run and set up a bases-loaded situation for Ferreira, the leadoff hitter, with 2 outs is a major, major mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's one where you got to bear down. Obviously, he's not trying to walk the 10-hitter with the bases loaded, but that's one where you got to bear down and at least make him beat you. You know, a guy that has not particularly hit well this year, an under 100 average, doesn't have an RBI. That's a guy that you got to challenge. Just, hey, if he beats you with a hit, you tip your cap, you move on. Because, that's a tough pill to swallow. As a former pitcher, if I was in that situation, I would not be happy with myself for doing that.
All runners advance 90 feet. Gracie gets his first RBI of the season, probably in a different type of fashion than he would have predicted initially. But now he's on the board, and Mudville is on the attack. Ball misses badly. Ferreira, the catcher. You will see him at shortstop from time to time, but not tonight. He'll be fulfilling his duties behind the plate, as he will look at strike 1 to bring the count even to 1-1.
And catching tonight after catching a full, I guess it was technically 8 innings on Sunday night. So big respect to him for bouncing back that quick and jumping back behind the plate and doing another full duty tonight.
Not an easy thing to do, as this one's going to bounce off the catcher's glove and go back, but this is not going to advance far enough for Logan Taylor to score on, and you definitely don't want to run into the third out at the plate.
No, for sure. If it gets by, you need to know that you're scoring. So I think that was the right decision. It wasn't a full, clean, wild pitch or pass ball there. It got enough of McCarthy that it didn't make sense.
Here's the pitch. Popped up. This is going to be a tough play. 2 Towndock players converging on it. It might get out of play. First baseman's going to bid on it, and it will get out of play.
And he used every inch of the big foul territory here at Sprague, and he did run into the fence and was just not enough room for Beatty.
Ran out of real estate indeed. Towndock bullpen is full. One swing of the bat here from Mudville could blow this game open, already up by 3, and Towndock on life support. Broken bat. This one's going to be up the middle. It's going to get through. One more run is in. Here comes Mikey Soul. They're going to send him. The throw to the plate's a good one, but it's going to bounce and get to the backstop. Mikey Soul will touch home. Here comes Gracie to score all the way from first. He slides. He's safe. A 3 RBI broken bat double by Ferreira. And this game is 8-2.
Man, a lot happening on that. First of all, RIP to his bat. It died a hero. So that's how you want to go out if you're going to go out. Not to knock Soul at all, but he was out by about 30 feet if the catcher was able to hold on to that ball. So, bit of a lucky break there. The throw from Dath came in, couldn't handle it behind the plate, and that allowed both him and then the faster Gracie to come around and score. So, maybe a bit of luck there, but regardless, you're going to take that, and you'll take the 3 runs, and now a guy on second with 2 outs.
When the train is on the tracks, look out.
I did say that.
I'm quoting Andrew Whalen as that ball is in there for a ball to Mikey Castillo, who comes up with a man in scoring position. That looked like a pretty good pitch to me. Oh. Poked, left field, way back. Left fielder going back, puts his glove up. He doesn't know where it is. That ball's gone. That ball's over the fence. That's a 2-run homer from Mikey Castillo, and Mudville has blown this game open.
Bomb. You know, I'm going to be honest. I think Blaze did know where that was. I think he just gave everyone the little deke there because Castillo out of the box took a couple of slow steps and watched that one. So I think that both Blaze and Castillo knew where that ball was headed.
Completely fooled the announcer. I thought he had a bid on it, but no shot. That ball is in the pond. Splash! Mikey Castillo with his 3rd home run of the year, tying teammate Austin Davis.
Yeah, you know, it was either that or left fielder lost it. I think those were the two that I was at. So, but I'm going to go with the former, not the latter. I do believe that's what happened, is that ball was crushed.
Of course he lost it. It was a mile over his head and a mile behind him. This is getting out of hand. That's Sprague in Narragansett, Rhode Island.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back right here as we pick up in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
And we're back here at Sprague Field in Narragansett as the first pitch to Harry Zambrano bounces and goes straight to the backstop. This game has gotten out of hand very quickly.
Well, the good news here is that I think this is the first Towndock pitcher that actually his number corresponds with what's listed on the website. So I believe this is Calvin Battersby that's pitching for Towndock now.
Things are looking up for him.
Well, if you'd like to know, so far in the year, he's thrown 15 innings, got a 4.23 ERA, struck out 26 batters in those 15 innings. So a guy that has some swing and miss to him for sure, and he's only walked 5 as well. So you like those numbers coming in. You know, the 9 earned runs given up, not great, but not terrible, especially for a league like this as well. So a fairly effective pitcher for them, and he's been brought in to put out the fire.
A league like this, a top-level collegiate league, as this one smoked to the gap. This one's going to go all the way to the fence. Both outfielders at full speed. Harry's going to touch first. He's looking for more. He's going to go to second, and his helmet falls off. He'll put the brakes on for a 2-out double. So answering back after the home run by Castillo with a double of his own, this Mudville offense is on the attack.
So that was officially the 9th batter of the inning, and Borges is going to come back up after he had led off the inning. But yeah, just a fastball that was just smoked there by Harry. Basically almost a mirror image of what Desai did back in the 2nd inning. Just a laser into right center, rolled all the way to the wall, and a stand-up double. And, you know, Harry probably had 3rd in his head for about 3/4 of that run, and then finally shut it down as he approached second base and, like you had said, lost the hat piece.
That's one of the easier judgments for him, is that he's kind of looking at that ball in the gap as he rounds first. Doesn't really need a third base coach at all for that one. He can make his own decision. That's Connor Marley over there coaching third. That ball had an exit velocity of over 100 miles an hour. As that breaking ball is in there for a strike to manager Matty Borges.
Yeah, if we remember, Matt led off the inning with a fly ball to right field, a ball that we thought was a hit as it got out there, but it was a nice play by Tremblay to get over and grab it. So could have even been more damage that had happened this inning if it wasn't for a nice play out there to start the inning.
I do remember that, and the viewers at home do as well. We want to thank you, viewers, for tuning in wherever you are. Maybe you're at work and you have the phone propped up on your work desk. Maybe you're driving in your car right now and you have it on the Bluetooth audio. This ball's crushed too! This one's going back, way back. Center fielder's got a little bit of a beat on it, but it's going to be off the fence! It's off the fence! Borges will take second base. Zambrano will touch home. That ball just missed leaving this ballpark by about 5 feet. Almost gets a piece of the tree out there. And that is his third hard hit ball in a row. And he's heating up at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, a good barrel there. That one, a little different than Zambrano's, had a lot more air. You know, there was almost a chance there for Daft to bring that one in. So, yeah, a good piece, but an even better swing there for Borges, an RBI double.
We're going to get a pinch runner here. It's Josh Albizu. He'll take over on second base for Matty Borges, presumably the new third baseman for the Mudville Nine, and Matty will exit the game having another tremendous day at the field for the second day in a row. This one's blocked by McCarthy, the catcher. Runner will not advance.
Well, from what I'm seeing so far from Battersby, good velocity on the mound. Unfortunately, the location hasn't quite been there, as the two balls that have been put in play have been touched. So, yeah, gotta work on the location a little bit. But we've seen, you know, he hasn't walked people, and he's got a lot of strikeouts. So it's just, does he have to swing and miss today or not? No, 11.
This nightmare inning for Towndock just will not end. Albizu on second, the pitch fouled off.
And we
Pitcher looks in, gets his sign, likes what the catcher puts down. Here's the pitch to number 55. Breaking ball misses inside. That one's in there for a called strike 3, but the damage is done. 7 runs put up by Mudville in that tremendous inning by them. Score is 11-2. We'll be right back for the 5th at Sprague in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Welcome back to Sprague in Narragansett, Rhode Island, as Gassy goes back out to the mound after about a half-hour wait. And my co-host Andrew Whalen will take it away.
Well, yeah, you just had the fun of calling that bottom half of the fourth. That was the 8-run fourth inning, as that pitch misses. 8-run fourth. I had 4 hits. There was about 3 or 4 walks in there. Some fireworks. So we saw a big home run, a couple of doubles, a lot going on. So now we'll see what I get as Gassy delivers a strike there.
That's right. No hit bigger than the Mikey Castillo 2-run shot to left field, splashed in the pond, 30 feet over the fence.
As that pitch is fouled off, the count 1-2 on the leadoff hitter Parker Camello. 1 for 1 on the day, single back in the first, and then walked in the second. He came around to score in the first as well.
Parker's a great baseball player. In a small sample size this year, he has a batting average of .429. This ball's crushed!
And that one is off the wall. Zambrano went all the way back to the corner there as that ball off the wall. Camello not quite able to muscle it out of here, but a leadoff double, and Towndock trying to answer back. Well, that one sounded good, TJ. That sounded like a couple that we just heard in the last half inning. So I thought, I was right there with you. I thought that ball was probably leaving as well.
That is a great start for the Towndock offense to answer back after that nightmare inning.
As that pitch is chopped foul by Josh Blaze. Yeah, I was a little surprised. The ball seems to be moving pretty well tonight, so I was a little surprised. I think that he might have even been surprised too that they didn't leave, especially because it was pretty much right down the line. Maybe not right at the pole, but only a few feet off. So no real shot there for Harry to do anything, as he's going to go on the play. That ball is popped foul as he's going to head back to second. I mean, he had a good jump. They're not really holding him, up 9 at this point. Probably just focused on getting outs as opposed to, keeping the runners close at this point.
That was Parker's first double of the year and his second hit on the season in a small, limited sample size, but a great player, and he's showing off his skills.
Blaze 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to second base back in the first, and he went down swinging to end the second. As the pitch, that one's taken outside. Looked like maybe a change up there that ran off the corner. Count 1-2. Well, Camello off second, led off the inning with a double. As that ball, breaking ball on it, missed outside. Count's going to even up at 2. Looks like we might have missed a pitch there somewhere in the sequence, because it looks like it's 3-2 on Blaze.
If the viewers are wondering who's keeping track, it's me.
Nope, I think we had it right, because that pitch missed outside, and Blaze is staying in there, so the count is 3-2. So never doubt ourselves, TJ. That's what we're learning tonight. I couldn't remember if both Gervais and Harry had dove for balls. We were doubting ourselves on the count. Never doubt ourselves. As that pitch laced off the pitcher, knocked down. Gassy's going to recover and flip on the first. Let's just make sure that the young man's all right. He just pointed at his glove. I think it caught all leather there, luckily.
That scared the bejesus out of me.
Well said, TJ. Well said. Yeah, I mean, that ball was laced. A great piece there from Blaze. Unfortunate that it was right where Gassy was. Fortunate for Gassy that it caught. He's saying pretty much all glove. Matty Borges just went out just to make sure that the glove hand is still okay, because even the leather's not that thick, so we just need to make sure that he's good.
Thank God it was all glove. We could have had a nightmarish situation here at Sprague in Narragansett, but quick reflexes from Gassy on the mound.
Yeah, absolutely. And the runner doesn't advance. So Camello's still at third base as the first pitch to McCarthy, way outside. A great job there from Ferreira. We've seen him do that a couple of times tonight. Really quick pop out and able to get a piece of the ball or snare it and not allow the ball to get to the bat stop.
That was probably the hardest hit ball tonight that did not result in a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. That ball was squared up, absolutely. As that one misses up and away. 2-0 now on McCarthy. Well, he reached back in the first. He flew out to left field in the third. He was also forced out at second in the first inning. So 1 for 2. As that pitch also misses up. Count 3-0. On the 3-hitter with Braden Rosen waiting on deck. Well, I'm curious. This is the first batter, 3 balls in a row after a comebacker. And speaking as a former pitcher, as I have a couple of times tonight, as he fires that one in for a strike, I would absolutely be a little rattled on the mound. I don't know if he is, but I absolutely would have been after something like that.
I'm scared and I'm in the booth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Lucky that this is wood bat and not metal. As that pitch popped up into shallow left field, going back is Desai, and Zambrano's going to call him off for the second out. Harry Zambrano just threw a 7-hopper to the third baseman. So it's going to go down as a sac fly for McCarthy. Excuse me, for McCarthy. And that'll make it 11-3.
You can't always answer back in the way you want, but Towndock has with at least 1 run so far this inning. And that's all you can really do is just chip at this 1 run at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. And that ball was hit fairly deep to left field. I thought that it was a little bit shallower when it went up as that pitch is a strike to Braden Rosen, but it drifted far enough out that Zambrano didn't really have a chance to throw out Camelo, the leadoff hitter, shortstop. Good wheels, so a sac fly there for McCarthy as a breaking ball skips up to the plate. Count evens at 1.
Beautiful night in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Temperature right around 70 degrees. Crystal clear skies, lights shining bright.
I think that was Harry Zambrano's attempt at trying out for like a cricket pitcher. As that ball's grounded to first base, a nice job there from Soul. Flips on to Gassy for the third out. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 11-3. Mudville leads from Sprague Field in Narragansett.
While we have a quick moment, I want to take viewers around the league for the standings. In first place are the Scorpions with a record of 10-5. R&R Construction in second place with a record of 10-5 and 2 ties. Towndock, who we have right here in front of us, in third place with a record of 8-8-1. Mudville 9 in fourth place with a record of 7-8-1. Westcott checks in at 8-10 in fifth place. And rounding out the standings is Offshore with a record of 6-13. If the score was to stay the same, Mudville would jump into a tie with Towndock, perhaps even take a half-game lead. Yes, they would take a half-game lead. They're only a half game behind them. When it comes to run differential, Scorpions Baseball Club has the best with a +54 differential. R&R Construction with a +20 run differential. And the third best run differential in the league are the Mudville 9 with a +9. And that is our recap from around the league. As we are back for George Donnelly Sunset League baseball action. I'm your host, TJ Brogle, alongside my co-host, Andrew Whalen. Thank you so much for joining us as Jackson Gervais steps in. Looks like manager Matty Borges will be calling it a night. He's already taken his jersey off, having a brief discussion with the commissioner, Chris LaRose, behind home plate, as he is kind of in a little bit of a dangerous spot, standing behind home plate mid-pitch, but he's back to safety as he trickles into the dugout. You can probably close the book on Gassy as I see teammates congratulating him on a terrific job. Handshakes all around. So we'll see who Mudville has in store for us on the mound next inning. But for now, they're on the attack again as Gervais swings and misses at a breaking ball. 2-0 breaking ball. Very confident.
Yeah, you got to like that as a pitcher. You spike a fastball, pitch before, first pitch didn't miss by too much, and you got to assume that Jackson's sitting fastball, and you got enough confidence, rip off a curveball, and you get a good swing and a miss. And he follows up with another one.
And we want to say thank you to all of our viewers checking in. Rachel watching live in Whitman, Massachusetts. Thank you so much. I'm sure there are many others. Please like the stream and comment where you're watching from. Perhaps it's the stands, as that one's in there for strike 3, looking for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, batters we found his breaking ball for sure. He just ripped off 3 really good ones right in a row, and not a ton that Jackson could have done there. As just dotting those pitches.
We're going to have a pinch hitter here as Joe Nicolacci, a late arrival to today's game due to some traffic, will come in here batting from the left side, wearing number 91. Pants are just a little bit more loose than they were last night. He's probably on his backup pair. As he looks at another breaking ball, this one's ball 1. Kind of hooks in there near his back foot. Catcher has to backhand it, and he's ahead in the count now.
Yeah, first bad one we've seen this inning, and it's still not that bad. It's somewhat of a competitive pitch. That one, not quite.
A little bit of an overthrow there, if you ask me, just trying to add a couple miles per hour on the velo and loses a little bit of control.
Yeah, you throw so many breaking balls in a row, sometimes you lose your fastball release.
Well, Nicolacci's in a good spot, 3-0. He's walked over a dozen times this year. He's got unbelievably good vision at the plate, known to not chase anything outside the zone. He's going to be looking to force this pitcher to come in at him, but he will not. It is ball 4. That is his 3rd walk in less than 48 hours.
Yeah, well, good job coming right into the game after your teammate just got shut down window shopping, so a good job, Nicolacci. Made him throw a few pitches. Hasn't really been around the zone, so on first base here, and an opportunity to get back that run that Towndock just pushed across in the top half of the inning.
Breaking ball in there for a strike 2. Tyler Courier, the bounty hunter, the Bayou Panda, the Cape Cod lead catcher for the Katuitt Kettleers, as he represents Mudville's 3rd batter of the inning, quickly in a hole 0-2, back-to-back breaking balls at the front hip to start him off. Now this pitcher can pretty much do anything he wants to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pitch. It's, it happens sometimes. It's the pitch he's got the confidence in now. He lost his fastball release, but the breaking ball, he knows where it's going. He knows where he can put it. So we've seen a handful of them now in the last few strikes for sure. Not a big lead off from Nicolacci at first base, so it doesn't seem like he's a threat to go anywhere.
And neither am I. So if anyone at home is hoping that this reign of terror by me in the booth is going to end, it is not.
We would never wish that on you. I don't know what I'd do here without you.
Well, I know what I did without you, and it was not pretty, as this one swung on and missed for a strike 3 for the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up Mikey Soul.
Well, on a night that it seems like everyone on Towndock is raking, unfortunately, it's been a tough one for Courier. That was his 3rd K on the night, so he's gonna hope that he might be able to at least redeem himself a little bit when the next at-bat comes around.
Just a little bit of a slump. If I had to guess, it will be a short one, but he's going to be hitting the cages after this one, as this one swung on and missed by Mikey Soul on a massive swing.
Well, we did note that especially Battersby, who's in right now, is a particularly good pitcher, a good strikeout pitcher, so you tip your cap on that one for sure.
Swung on and missed for a strike 2, and number 22 is quickly down 0-2.
Yeah, I think he found the fastball again now. That's a couple just right by Soul, so he seems like he's got all his weapons at his disposal now. Let's see what he tries to use here to put him away.
Working at a lightning fast pace. This one misses up and away for a ball. A great setup pitch. He has confidence in that fastball, confidence in his breaking ball, and confidence in himself. The pitch. Breaking ball misses high. Bring the count even to 2-2. Mikey Soul, another one of these battle-tested veterans from Massachusetts, making his way down here to play with the youngins, and he keeps up with them no problem. As this one swung on and missed for a strike 3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So Nicolacci walks, but Mudville offense comes up short. We head to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. And we are back here at Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island, with manager and former MVP for Mudville 9, Matty Borges. Matty, how's your night going?
Fantastic night here.
What were your expectations for Gassy on the mound tonight as a starting pitcher?
Honestly, I told him to go out there and give us 5 strong, and honestly, that's what he did. He went out there, kept us in the game, threw strikes. We had a good showing there. You know, a couple bleeders got in there, made him work a little harder than he needed to, but he persevered through a lot of strikes tonight.
5 innings, 3 runs, and your Mudville offense has exploded for 11, 7 in 1 inning.
8.
Tell us about that. 8 in 1 inning. Tell us about that.
I mean, really just trying to never give up an at-bat. You can't take a pitch off. These kids are good here in this league. Me as an older guy, I got to lock in. You know, I can't take a pitch off, so, you know, always got to be ready to go. Mikey Castillo breaking out of it a little bit. He had a concussion a couple weeks ago. He was hit in the head with an errant throw, and he's been a little bit off, so to speak, but seeing him get back on it right there, hit a bomb. It was great.
Speaking of hitting bombs, you hit a bomb to straightaway center field, but before I talk to you about that, the at-bat before that, you smoked the ball to the right center gap. Right fielder tracked it down at full speed, robbed you of an extra base hit there, and then next at bat, you smoke one that almost gets into the trees.
Yeah, it felt good. That first one to the right side, I saw the breaking ball real well, and I just went with it, put a barrel on it, and a little unlucky there. And then the next one, high fastball, had to be ready to release. I mean, Battersby is incredibly quick to the plate, gives me a lot of trouble usually. So, I mean, I'm really grateful to come out on top in that at-bat.
And before the game, your father was nice enough to come up to the announcer's booth and just give us a little, hey, you guys are doing great. Hopefully Matty has a great game. And I told him as he left, I said, Matty's going to break out tonight. He already showed flashes of it last night. Talk about playing second base last night and then switching over to third base tonight.
Well, so a few years ago when I joined the Middleborough Mocker Rays, the opening was at second base, and I honestly had never played second base. I've always been on the left side of the infield aside from first base. Second base is very challenging. It's a different angle, but honestly, we thought we had a certain defensive lineup showing up, and it did not happen that way. And I inserted myself at second base right before the lineup was made.
We were not shy about bringing up Joe Nicolacci's late arrival to the field. One more question before we let you go, at least on the interview portion. If you want to stay with us and do play-by-play, that would be awesome. But one more final question. What's for dinner tonight after the game?
Oh, jeez. I don't really get dinner. I had a ghetto TV dinner before this. A little bacon cheeseburger with some cheese sauce and some fries. It was fantastic. My dog licked it up after. Naka Mavis. Shout out Mavis. Love you, girl. Shout out Lizzie. Love you, too.
Well, thank you very much, Matty. We hope that you do stick around. If you don't, feel free to come back up to the booth. This is your booth and your team on your night. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Then I'll turn it back over to my co-host, Andrew Whalen, who will tell you a little bit about the new Mudville 9 pitcher, Logan Taylor, and take over.
Oh, what a special treat we just had from Matty coming up. The guy's fresh off a couple hits, some RBIs, and takes his time and gives us a little insight as to the decision-making behind, the pitcher, the batting lineup, all that stuff. As that ball's lined up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Wyatt Daft. On to second goes John McCarthy, who had reached to start the inning with a walk, and he did walk against the new Mudville pitcher, Logan Taylor, who had come in today. 6 innings pitched, 4.44 ERA on the year, 11 Ks to go along with 5 walks, and that's 4 earned runs, 7 total. So hoping the defense that maybe pick them up a little bit more today than they have in the past.
Logan Taylor on the mound is as good as you'll see here, stuff-wise. Very raw pitcher, fresh out of high school, throws upper 80s, has touched 90 before.
As that ball's grounded to third, he's going to tag the runner at first for one. Throw on to first is over the head of the first baseman, Soul. Oh, and I don't think he actually tagged him. That throw onto the plate, and he's going to be out there. So we thought that McCarthy was tagged out going to third by the third baseman, Albiza, but he, in fact, was not. The throw from Albiza sailed over the head of Soul. Soul was able to go down and get it and throw on to the catcher, Ferreira, to get McCarthy out. So all in all, McCarthy was tagged out on the play. Daft got all the way to third, and then McKnight stayed at first base after the throw got over his head.
Getting thrown out for the first out of the inning, down by 8 when you're building a rally, is not what you want as a manager, but nevertheless, it's first and third, 1 out.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening on that play. A lot of confusion. We heard from the Mudville dugout they were shocked that McCarthy was not tagged out by Albiza, as he was going over to third base. So, a very weird play, but it kind of ended up as we expected it. Would have been nice if Albiza would have been able to make a strong throw over to first base and turn the double play.
In fact, Albizu got no outs. He was looking at a double play possibility.
Oh, he's going to get another shot here. He's going to take that one and go across the diamond to first for the out. So a slow roller there. Not much that he could have done as the run did score. And that'll make it 11-3 now. Or excuse me, 11-4. Thank you.
That's my fault. I have not hit the +1 for the away team yet, but it should be reflected on the screen now. I know you're relying on the data I give you, which is a major, major mistake that you will learn.
No, I appreciate that. I was just staring. Yeah, that was my fault. So 11-4, runner on second with 2 outs, and the first pitch to the 9 hitter Evan Beatty is taken for a strike.
Never trust the data provided by me.
We're learning quickly that I should have updated that. I was late to throw a completed base running arc in my scorebook, so that was my fault as well. We'll call it a 50-50 as the breaking ball to Beatty misses.
Well, Towndock's not out of this yet. Offense showing signs of life. Now they're looking to attack this Mudville bullpen.
Oh, and you gotta like the fight that they've shown. They got one last inning. They've added one on here and are still threatening with a guy on second and 2 outs. So you got to appreciate the fact that they're not going down quietly. They're not going down without a fight. And you never know what'll happen. You got some guys that can swing it. They're in third place for a reason. So you don't go down, and you see what you can do against a Mudville bullpen.
A Mudville bullpen that is loaded with young pitchers, featuring guys like Tony Abed, Connor Marley, Tyler Currier, Logan Taylor, who's on the mound right now.
As the pitch, that's going to be a breaking ball that skips in front of the plate, but a great block there from Ferreira keeps McKnight at second base.
Keep your eyes out for Jackson Gervais to maybe make an appearance on the mound this week. A guy that's been pitching up in the Boston Metro Division, doing very well, and with a lot of innings in such a short amount of time, he might get a chance.
And going down looking is Beatty to end the inning. A good breaking ball there from Logan Taylor. 11-4 after 6, heading to the top of the 7th. Mudville versus Towndock at Sprague Field.
Welcome back to Sprague Field in beautiful Narragansett, Rhode Island, where the score is Mudville 11, Towndock 4. We're in the bottom of the sixth. I'm TJ Brogle, alongside my co-host Andrew Whalen. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a great night for baseball. No precipitation in the air, no clouds, lights shining bright, no chance of rain, just a chance of two good teams going at it as the playoff race heats up.
Yeah, and this is a big matchup. Obviously, we came in and talked about it. Towndock came in at 8-8-1, Mudville at 7-8-1. So Towndock 1 game advantage in the win column, half a game back. So if they're able to complete the comeback, they extend out to a game and a half. And if Mudville's able to pull this one out, they flip flop in the standings. So a very big game here as we get close toward the end of the year and the playoffs.
The first playoff game for the George Donnelly Sunset League will be this Friday night, live from historic Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. But we have a long way until then, as McCarthy's going to take a visit out to the new Towndock pitcher, who Andrew will tell you about.
Yeah, absolutely. New pitcher in for Towndock, number 30, Evan Beatty. So he comes in from first base, and he's going to come in and throw at least a little bit of time here and try to eat some innings for Towndock. On the year, 7 innings, 6 earned runs, so 6 runs in 7 innings. So yeah, 6 ERA. Sometimes when you're looking at stats and there's so many in front of you, you get a little crossed up. 6 ERA, which does equate to 6 runs in 7 innings, 3 strikeouts, 6 walks in those 7 innings as well.
All right, thank you very much for that, Andrew. As the conference is over and Gracie will go to work against the pitcher you just mentioned, that one misses for a ball.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's missing my much. I will say it's definitely a tick down in velocity from what we've been seeing from the last couple of pitchers, I think on both sides. So a little bit of a change of pace here from Towndock, and usually can be pretty effective, especially after the last couple of guys have been big velocity.
The pitch swung on and missed for a strike.
Well, I say that, and then he throws a fastball right by Gracie. So maybe I should learn ball.
Andrew, you know ball very well. One of these former Sunset players that have found their way into the booth, who give you expert analysis, reading between the lines better than ordinary people like myself can. But at times the players and baseball in general can make you look a little silly, as that one swung on and missed for a strike 3 to the second baseman, Gracie.
Well, that makes it 4 or 5 strikeouts in a row as outs for Mudville. There was a walk mixed in there, but they struck out to end the 4th, 3 in a row in the 5th, and then to lead off the 6th. So getting a little susceptible to the K, and need to start maybe putting the ball in play and making Towndock make some plays. 3
of them swinging and 2 of them looking, as this brings up Jake Ferreira, the catcher, the veteran, the future Hall of Famer, fouls one off towards my Tesla, straight back, just slightly off to the right of home plate. And
That's where I parked my truck.
We appreciate the fans helping us out, as a gentleman in a blue shirt with blue jeans is going to go take a walk and help us out. We do need that back. Please don't put it in your pocket and drive away. That ball cost about $8. Chris LaRose, commissioner, buys them in bulk to save us a little bit of money, but not enough that we can just flip them out to all the fans casually. So unless it has a big scuff in it, we would appreciate it back, sir. I know you're probably watching on your stream. You're looking at your phone. Live in Narragansett, 2 teams loaded with talent battling this game. It's not over, far from it. That one's in there for a strike 3 look, and make it 6 Ks in a row.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good morning, good afternoon, good night. It looked like he mixed in maybe a changeup there for strike 2, and then fastball in the corner, and caught Ferreira looking for the second out.
So that brings up Mikey Castillo, team leader in home runs with 3, got his 3rd tonight. Team leader in RBIs, checked in with 14 pregame, now up to 16. Has 9 walks on the year. Also leads Mudville in plate appearances, and is recovering from a concussion just a couple of short weeks ago. Red helmet, red sleeves, blue ankle guard, wearing number 0. The pitch. Misses for a ball, not by much though.
No, it seems like he's been around. I still haven't been able to completely feel out the umpire zone and maybe where his tendencies are. So I'm still trying to get that out. The over the first base dugout press box, it never is great for seeing, especially in and out. But, high and low, you can usually have a pretty good feel on, but in and out is almost impossible from this angle.
Swung on and missed for a strike to bring the count back to even, 1-1. And stay tuned. Andrew Whalen's going to bring you the league leaders between innings. We're going to do something new tonight. We'll have a surprise in for you in store, probably in the 7th or 8th inning. So stay tuned. A lot to come here in Rhode Island, as that one's in there for a strike to bring the count to 1-2.
Yeah, it looks like he's found that breaking ball. He snapped up a couple of good ones there to Castillo, looks like he was dead red fastball hunting at least to start the inning.
He's going to be looking to go yard again. I already know it.
Well, with 2 outs, he's going to have to try to shorten up a little bit here. At least he should.
Crushed. Right center. Center fielder going back. Full speed. He will settle and make the catch at the warning track for a loud third out of the inning. Mikey did not get all that one, but gave us all some excitement. We'll be right back from Sprague Field, Narragansett. Thank you very much, Maddie. We appreciate you doing a great during the game interview with today's starting pitcher, Gassy. And I will pass it over to my co-host once again, Andrew Whalen, for play-by-play.
Well, appreciate that, TJ. Yeah, really nice. We get some live interviews with the starting pitcher as that pitch is swung on and missed by Nolan Tremblay. Nice to get some insight. We got Matt to kind of discuss his at-bats today, and then hear what Gassy was doing on the mound today and how it was working for him. So really cool to get some live insight as that pitch is going to miss upstairs.
That's exactly right. A lot of moving parts. Every single broadcast we strive to be better than the last, and now we're trying to bring you new and innovative ways for you to catch the action, and that is our first in-game player interview with anybody. So thank you for your help, Maddie. We really appreciate it, and great job to Gassy. There is a lot of good stuff there to build off of.
As that pitch is fouled off just to the left of us and out of play. Looked like that might have been an off-speed pitch that Tremblay was able to fight off. Tremblay on the day, 1 for 2. He singled back in the second inning and popped out to first base in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Down goes Tremblay for the first out here in the top half of the seventh. I got the inning right this time, TJ. I hope you're proud of me.
Things are trending up in the booth.
Things you love to see right there. Announcer knows what inning it is. Well, let it bring it to the top of the order for Towndock. Parker Camello stepping in for his 4th at-bat today. He's reached all 3 times. He's also scored 2 of Towndock's runs as he takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. Doubled last inning, a loud double off the wall in deep left field. He ended up swiping third base and then coming in to score on the sac fly as he takes a second pitch, strike 2.
Great velocity by Connor Marley, the new relief pitcher for Mudville 9, to quickly get ahead 0-2, working at a lightning fast pace.
As that pitch is going to miss outside from Marley. Yes, good catch there. It was in the back of my mind. I was like, this doesn't seem like what I had just seen the last inning pitching, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So thank you for letting us know that Connor Marley's in. And my goodness, has he had a good year as that ball is fouled off. I mean, just looking at the stats, 22 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.81 ERA, 26 strikeouts in those innings. The only knock, 13 walks, so maybe a little too many, but still nothing crazy. Averaging about 4.5 walks per 9, 5 walks per 9. But other than that, he's been lights out so far as that pitch misses.
A multi-inning team-leading workhorse for this Mudville bullpen. Manager Matty Borges trusts nobody more mid and late game than Connor.
I mean, he's got the only save on the year as that pitch misses. Only save for Mudville, so you already know that you trust him at the end of the game. The ERA kind of speaks for itself. So, yeah, we'll see if he can wrap this one up or if there's plans for anyone else. But if you're Towndock here, you gotta try to battle. As the 3-2 is going to miss downstairs, and Parker Camello on for the 4th time tonight.
We saw Parker crush a ball to left field for his first extra base hit of the year in his last at-bat. A terrific ball player.
Yeah, and we've seen him swipe a bag too. Now, granted, that might have been because they weren't holding him on overly tightly at second base. We'll see if he tries to get something moving while he's on first base and Soul actually holding him on. But that'll bring up the 2-hitter Josh Blaze, 0 for 3 on the day, a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. And there he goes, first pitch. That ball is popped foul out of play and had a good kind of hopping lead. Did Camello. I think he probably would have had that one fairly easily, but Blaze spoiled that pitch foul.
Connor Marley represents the Great College of Hamilton in upstate New York, has 3 years of collegiate eligibility remaining.
And the 0-1 breaking ball catches the inside corner. 0-2 now on Blaze. I think he thought that one was going to make its way a little too far inside. You saw him kind of turn, back toward the umpire there as to track the pitch in, but caught the inside corner. And that pitch served into right center field. That's going to dunk down in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Castillo gets it in quickly. He's going to hold the runner at second. And Towndock threatening again here in the top half of the 7th inning. First and second, 1 out.
Well, they're certainly getting something going very quickly here. 2 on and 1 out. Attacking that fastball of Connor Marley. Maybe still getting loosened up, but now he's got a real tough task with the catcher McCarthy, one of the toughest guys I've ever seen. Steps up to bat now.
Yeah, and you saw Castillo. He knew he didn't have a play on that one. It was just dying too far in front of him. He gave the classic glove flash, trying to at least hold Camello at second base, trying to make sure he didn't advance past that. And I think it was pretty well established that he wasn't going to catch it. But good decision, a lot of momentum coming in, so was able to hold Camello at second as McCarthy takes ball 1.
Mikey Castillo was at third base last night, now in center field tonight.
And there goes the runner. Pitch taken for a strike, no throw. As the runner at first gets back, Blaze got about a third of the way down there, thinking about following Camello, but he pumped the brakes and returned back as Ferreira didn't have a play on Camello, who got a really good lead.
These are 2 very important runs for Towndock if they're going to have any chance at getting back into this.
Well, the pitch is fouled back to the backstop, so count 0-2. On Colin McCarthy, the 3rd hitter and the catcher tonight. 0 for 2, sac fly back in the 5th, brought in a run, also flew out to left in the 3rd and reached via walk in the 1st inning.
Collins got extra base pop, 4 doubles on the season, putting him 3rd on the team in doubles.
As this pitch is going to skip by the catcher to the backstop, and that's going to allow the runners to advance. Camello scores, Blaze on to second base. Score now 11-5 in favor of Mudville.
Still plenty of breathing room if you're Mudville, but not what you want if you're manager Matty Borges out of your multi-inning relief weapon.
Yeah, you don't like the way that the momentum's trending either. That's 3 innings in a row that Towndock has scored a run, while Mudville has been shut out since the beginning, basically. So, yeah, you don't love the way it's trending, as that one's fisted on the ground in the triangle. Ground ball to Soul. He's going to tag, or he's going to flip on to first, but not in time. Not able to get over there in time is the pitcher. So that's going to be an infield single there. And first and third, one out. Excuse me.
Yeah, great range by Mikey Soul to go over. A little late getting off the mound is Connor Marley. The throw did not get there in time, but I think Mikey had to kind of hesitate and lead him to the bag. If he threw it right as he fielded it, he would have shoveled it to nobody, and it would have gone over to the fence, almost out of play. So limiting it to just an infield single and not allowing that other run to score.
As that pitch is lined, a diving play in the hole by Gracie for the out onto first. Not in time to double off the runner, but a great job by Gracie in the hole. A diving play for the second out.
Yeah, he's been lights out in the field as of late, showing off the range, making plays everywhere, even fielded a tough force out from the shortstop earlier in the game in the first inning on a ball that bounced into him. Kind of a first baseman stance, picks it out of the ground, but on that one, showing off his range to the glove side and fires a strike over to Mikey Soul, but it's not in time.
Well, we just saved a run for sure. Now it's first and third, 2 outs, and that brings up the extra hitter, John McCarthy. 0 for 2 on the day. He walked his last time up. He was the one that was thrown out at home plate on the error by Albisu as the first pitch is swung on and missed. Well, off first base is Connor McCarthy. Off third base, Josh Blaze. Top of the 7th, 11-5 Mudville, as that one fouled off and catches Ferreira square in the mask, as the umpire is going to take a walk out to the mound and give Ferreira a second or two to recover after that foul ball.
A gentleman's break, as Ferreira definitely felt that one.
Yeah, that was about 99% mask, maybe a 1% glove touch. It might have been 100-0 because that got him pretty flush. The mask ended up tilted a little bit, and a nice job there just to give him a sec to shake that one off.
I see he's going to dust off home plate with a brush, unlike last night's home plate umpire, Manny Ferreira, who used his foot to clean off home plate.
The brushes aren't that expensive. We might need to just do a GoFundMe or pitch in and get Manny one. As that pitch, oh my goodness, back-to-backs off the mask. As Ferreira just taking a beating tonight.
Well, Manny Ferreira, not shy about spending money, so perhaps just left his brush at home. But you're right, Ferreira took another tough one. Second time in 3 pitches he's worn one off the mask, and I saw him kind of flexing his jaw after that one. He definitely felt that one. There are multiple other catchers on the Mudville roster and in the lineup tonight. Tyler Currier is someone that you could see switch from EH to catcher just for the last 2 innings, maybe giving Ferreira a break and shifting him over to EH, as he has taken a beating, but the count remains 0-2.
Yeah, respect. He's back there, and he's hanging in at least for the time being. As the 0-2, that one's tipped into his glove that time. My goodness. Strike 3. So 1 run there for Towndock as we head to the bottom of the 7th, 11-5 Mudville. Welcome back, bottom half of the 7th inning here from Sprague Field in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Andrew Whalen and TJ Brogle, thanks for stopping in with us tonight as we have a good one on our hands as Harry Zambrano deep to right field, going back and goodbye. Well, Harry Zambrano leads off the inning with a loud solo home run, bringing the lead back to 12-5.
That ball was crushed deep into the Rhode Island night. A no-doubter off the bat as Mudville bench goes crazy.
Why don't you max out next time, will you?
Well, first pitch fastball, and he did not miss it. Just like you said, smoked to right field. I think it got into the tree in right field because it did bounce back into play, but well-established home run. Now his third on the year as he jumps up with Austin Davis and with Mike Castillo to share the team lead.
A three-way tie at the top of the home run leaderboard for the Mudville 9. And if you're in the tennis courts, look out!
As the first pitch to Josh Albisu is taken upstairs for a breaking ball. This is Albisu's first at-bat. He came in as a defensive replacement / pinch runner for Borges back in the 4th inning.
Josh, a great utility guy, can play multiple positions, flies on the bases, good contact hitter, all decked out in white gear, white shoes, white arm sleeves, white batting gloves, white elbow guard.
Well, he's up in the count, 2-0. Pitcher remains Evan Beatty, excuse me, as swung on and missed by Albisu. Count 2-1. Well, Albisu, Desai, and then Gervais due up now after the Zambrano home run. 12-5, bottom of the 7th. Mudville over Towndock. As Beatty's ready, his 2-1 swung on and missed. Count now 2-2. Challenge fastball there from Beatty, and he snuck it by. Well, all the momentum seemed to be in Towndock's favor after scoring in the last few innings, and then Harry Zambrano silenced that real quick with a loud home run as that pitch is swung on and missed for the first out. That was a good breaking ball there from Beatty. Snap one off on the 2-2 count, and Albisu was over the top of that one a little early. Well, that'll bring up Vitasai. 1 for 2 on the day. He doubled back in the 2nd, brought in a run. He also walked in the 4th and scored. Struck out looking to end that 4th. So 2 at-bats in the 4th inning. Very different results. As Beatty's ready, first pitch is going to miss up and away. Well, Beatty had a nice quick bottom of the 6th inning. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball, but laboring a little bit more here to start the bottom of the 7th. As he sets in the 1-0, basically the same pitch there. Count now 2-0. Well, if you missed it, Mudville had an 11-2 lead after the 2nd inning today, but Towndock has chipped away since then, brought it back to 11-5, and then as that pitch is taken up and in.
I certainly didn't miss it. I was on the call, and it was an unbelievable offensive onslaught as they batted around.
Yeah, a spectacle. A couple of loud hits, some walks, some good situational play, and yeah, they gave him the big lead to start off. As that pitch taken for a strike. Excuse me, that was the 4th inning, not the 2nd inning where it was 11-2. After 4, 11-2. 8-run 4th inning after a 3-run 2nd. After Towndock had jumped out to a 2-0 lead. As that pitch taken up and away again, and that's ball 4. Desai on base for the 3rd time tonight. Well, that brings up my former teammate Jackson Gervais. 1 for 2 on the day as well. Singled back in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, came around to score on both, and went down looking to start off the 5th.
The Jackshammer representing the great college of LaSalle.
LaSalle, correct?
Another mistake by me, and it will not be my last, I promise.
Well, I have friends that he was teammates with at LaSalle, and if you say LaSalle there, they're either going to think the high school or the, I believe it's the college in Philadelphia. It's Pennsylvania for sure, I think, is the LaSalle.
This is all way over my head, Andrew.
As the first pitch was strike one. BD set his 0-1, and a breaking ball catches the inside corner, strike two. I ripped off a good breaking ball there. He had first pitch fastball, second pitch breaking ball. We'll see where he decides to go up in the count.
Last at bat, he struck out looking, but the at bat before that, he smoked a missile line drive into right field for a single, stole second, advanced to third on an errant throw.
As the 0-2 is a fastball upstairs. Jackson leans out of the way of that one. We said before that can be served as a setup pitch. If he elects to go breaking ball, you change the eye level, have the batter looking up, and then can work your off-speed pitches off of that a little bit better. BD sets. The 1-2 is spoiled foul by Jackson. He got enough of that breaking ball to stay alive.
The best beard in the league.
We've seen Jackson in right field pretty much exclusively the last few games. Plays a great right field. A couple of diving plays in the game on Sunday night. Hasn't been overly tested today, as that pitch is going to miss down and away. Count 2-2. Beatty looks in, finds one he likes. He's set. And he goes. And that pitch is going to miss upstairs as well. Good job by Gervais here to work the count.
This is a great at-bat by Jackson. One you've come to expect out of this guy. Always putting up competitive at-bats. Seems to always find his way on and keep this lineup rolling from the bottom third.
One interesting decision here is the pitch is going to miss up and away, ball 4, and back-to-back walks has Mudville in business here and in danger of scoring some more runs to extend that lead back out.
We want to thank everyone who's tuning into the stream. Contact manager Matty Borges to purchase your custom dovetail bat. Dovetail bat's the hardest wood in the game. Big league pop for not a big league price.
As Joe Nicolacci steps in for his second at-bat, he's going to see a breaking ball catch the outside corner for a strike.
Joe is a walks machine this year, seeing the ball extremely well. Looks like a beach ball coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Well, and that's what he did back in the 5th inning in his first at-bat. He walked, was stranded at first base as he was smack in the middle of 3 strikeouts. As the 0-1 swung on and missed, another good off-speed pitch there from Beatty, had him way out in front. Well, it's a good rebound there from Beatty. After back-to-back walks, he fills up the zone and gets ahead of Nicolacci. Desai doesn't seem to have a huge idea of running, I guess, as he isn't being held on as I think he went there for strike 3. Wasn't able to hold up on the high fastball. We haven't seen the fielders, the defensive players holding on to Desai super close. I actually saw the first baseman at one point in the 3-2 pitch to Gervais. He actually just let him go even though there was only 1 out. So he just doesn't seem like he has too much of a stolen base threat here. So with 2 outs, infield, pretty standard depth here, just looking to take an out where they can. Tyler Courier steps in as the first pitch is going to be taken way upstairs.
The Bayou Panda.
Well, he's the only one so far today that has not at least reached base for Mudville. There's still a couple of guys that are hitless, but yeah, a couple of the guys that are hitless have at least reached base. So Bayou Panda could use a trip to first base at least here.
Put a ball in play, TC. Let your legs do the work.
As he's going to take that one. And that one's going to get off the catcher's glove. McCarthy, and on to third goes Desai, not advancing on the play as Jackson Gervais. It took Desai a second or two to kind of figure out whether he wanted to get going or not, and by the time he got going, Jackson shut it down. Just not worth trying to advance there.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great view of that ball as it went straight back behind the catcher and umpire. Hard to make a decision. Much easier for us to see up in the booth off to the angle of above the first base dugout that we have.
As that pitch just misses down on the off-speed pitch. We've seen the catcher McCarthy has switched to body signs as opposed to normal fingers. It looks like probably the lights here. I'm sure the lack of light, kind of where he normally calls with the fingers, has made him switch to body signs as that pitch is taken for a strike. And that was classic back in my pitching days as well. Night games, there would be some nights where me, notoriously terrible eyes as well. There was no chance of me seeing my catchers, even if they had the painted fingernails or anything. No chance of me seeing it. So body signs are the way to go for sure. As that pitch taken, bottom of the zone, strike 2.
Jackson will get a little bit of a head start on first base as he'll be off with the pitch. Tyler Courier does have extra base gap power, so increases Gervais's chances of scoring all the way from first that he wouldn't typically have on a regular count.
Well, Beatty's ready to go. Here's his 3-2. As that pitch is spoiled foul out of play. Gervais not going. Someone needs to update Jackson on the count and the outs because he was not moving on that pitch. Unless we have our count wrong, listen, don't let us ruin someone's either at bat or plate appearance or whatever. But yeah, see, as the first baseman backs off now, I think someone else got the picture as well that it was 3-2, 2 outs.
I know I'm a suspect to have it incorrect, but this time I have it right.
We'll do it again. There's the 3-2. And swung on and missed. A good breaking ball there from Beatty. And he puts down Courier to end the 7th. The Harry Zambrano home run takes us up to 12-5 as we advance to the top of the 8th here. Mudville versus Towndock, last 2.
Well, we're going to take you around the league with the league leaders. Andrew Whalen, why don't you tell us what's going on around the George Donnelly Sunset League?
Yeah, we'll start out with the big number. So home runs, obviously. Joey Coro from R&R leads the league with 4 home runs. Crazy because he's had about half the plate appearances as some of the other guys that are on this list. But 4 home runs tied with and below him. There's a few guys tied with him as his teammate Isaiah Rivera. We saw him on Sunday night with 3. Michael Ficcicelli, I believe, for Westcott with 3 home runs. Austin Davis here with Mudville with 3, and then now adding to that both Mike Castillo and Harry Zambrano, all tied with 3. RBIs, it's Ficcicelli from Westcott as well, leading the league with 22. Rivera with 18. Jamie Luna from Westcott also at 18. Coro at 16, and then Mike Uriati from Offshore with 15. Heading over to batting average, those who are actually qualified, it's Logan Downey from Westcott leading the league with a .419 average, followed by Trevor Snow, Jamie Luna, and Mike Castillo. OPS, more of the same group. Trevor Snow leading with a 1.17 OPS. Mike Castillo just behind him and probably going up today, 1.063. Isaiah Rivera, 1.02. Logan Downey, 1.019.
Some of those players you just mentioned are top-notch. Some of the names that stood out to me: Logan Downey, an unbelievable shortstop who leads his team in pretty much every offensive category you can think of. Ficcicelli, a shutdown, no-fly zone center fielder, very versatile, flies on the bases. Jamie Luna, the Bridgewater State product who plays second base here, always decked out in his BSU Bears equipment. Those guys are loaded with talent, future stars to watch out for, and just another reason to come down here and check out this unbelievably good product we are putting out.
Welcome back. Last 2 innings here, top half of the 8th inning. Wyatt Daft going to lead it off here for Towndock, who trails 12-5 against the Mudville 9. Not a lot of time to make up some a lot of runs here, so we'll see how quickly they can try to get after The new pitcher here from Mudville as well, as the first pitch taken strike one outside corner.
This is Joe Nicolacci, late arrival to today's game, a crafty left-handed veteran pitcher.
Yeah, 3 games, five innings so far on the year. 5.28 ERA as that pitch is taken for strike 2. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. And looking to keep them right where they are here. 7-run lead. And finish this one up for the last 6 outs. Nicolacci ready. His 0-2. Swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 straight by him. First out, top of the 8th.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're the Mudville 9 manager, your relief pitcher with a 7-run lead coming in and pounding the door.
Well, with 1 out, Jack McKnight's going to step in. 1 for 3 on the day. He had a walk back in the 4th along with the stolen base. Also grounded out to the pitcher. And a fielder's choice, as that pitch is going to miss a little high. Like you said, Nicolacci, that kind of funky lefty delivery, coming across a little bit, a lower 3/4 slot, so I'm sure he's got a lot of arm side run on the fastball. As the 1-0 swung on and missed, count now 1-1. Well, having a couple of friends who were also those funky lefties, never a fun at-bat for me, even as a righty. And if there's any lefties coming up, I wish them the best of luck, because that was just a nightmare of an at-bat for me. As we just saw, Daft didn't really have a fun time facing him either. So those lefties, even if the velocity isn't top tier, the angle just throws people off, and for good reason. Nicolacci ready, the 2-1. That's going to miss upstairs. Count now 3-1. McKnight followed by Chris Rose and then Evan Beatty if we get to that point. Top of the 8th, 12-5. Mudville leads Towndock. An offensive explosion here from Mudville. Extra base hits galore sprinkled throughout this game. As the 3-1 also upstairs, and that's going to be ball 4 and a 1-out runner here for Towndock in the top of the 8th. Well, with 1 out and 1 on, Chris Throws, the DH, steps in. 1 for 3 on the day. He singled back in the 2nd inning, also a fly out to left, and a ground ball to third base. We'll scratch that. It's going to be a pinch hitter, Kevin Manning, taking first pitch strike here from Nicolacci, coming in to replace Chris Rose, who was 1 for 3 on the day. As the 0-1 swung on and missed, strike 2, quickly ahead in the count. Manning comes in 0 for 2 on the year. Very limited sample size. As Nicolacci's ready, his 0-2. Grounded up the middle. Flip on to second for the first out. Throw on to first in a double play. 6-4-3 gets Mudville out of the inning. 12-5 headed to the bottom of the 8th here from Sprague Field in Narragansett. Welcome back to Sprague Field here in the George Donnelly Sunset League, bottom of the 8th inning. Good matchup here between Towndock and Mudville. As the first pitch to Michael Soul, taken for strike one from the unnamed Towndock pitcher that we have not gotten the name of yet. All I have is number 1. So 1 ready. His 0-1 is a breaking ball that misses low and away. Count now evens up at 1-1 on Soul, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Line drive back to the pitcher in the first, walked and scored in the 4th, and struck out in the 5th. And as he takes a pitch upstairs, 2-1. Still looking for his first hit on the year, but with an absurd OBP hovering in around 500. So doing a good job of getting on base, even if the hits and the average numbers aren't quite there. As the 1-1, that pitch is skied into right field. Going back is the right fielder, Tremblay. He camps under it, comes in a couple of steps, and puts it away for out number 1.
Got all of that one just underneath it a little. Ball had a lot of backspin coming off that beautiful red dovetail that he uses, and it just goes down as an F9 in your book.
Yeah, he knew he missed it. You know, you could just tell from the trajectory from the launch angle that he was a little too far underneath it, like you said. Did catch a good barrel, but just didn't have the launch angle that he was looking for in a routine play out there for Tremblay. Well, that brings up Gracie. Also 0 for 2 on the day. Also walked and scored back in that 4th inning as he takes a breaking ball, strike 1.
Been showing off the leather all day in the field, ranging to his left, ranging to his right, throwing strikes to bases to retire base runners at will.
Yeah, absolutely. Seen some great defensive out of him, especially early in the game as he swings and misses at a pitch. 0-2 now. Yeah, in that point in the game when Towndock was getting runners on pretty much every inning, he's kind of helped keep them at bay and limited them to just 1 run an inning or so instead of the big blow-up innings like Mudville had early in the game. As the 0-2 swung on and missed, strike 3, so quick work of the first 2 batters here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. We'll let it flip it back to the top of the lineup, and Jake Ferrer is going to step in for his 5th at-bat tonight. 1 for 2 on the day, a single and an RBI back in the 4th inning, a walk back in the 1st as well to go along with a ground ball and a strikeout.
He's taken an absolute beating behind the dish defensively tonight.
As he takes a breaking ball a little bit outside. I saw a quick pause there from McCarthy. You thought maybe that ball might have clipped the outside corner.
Wishful thinking.
As we go 0-1 and a breaking ball is going to skip in there. Count 2-0. Yeah, we did. We saw Ferreira take back-to-back pitches, foul ball straight off of his mask, was able to shake it off, and then the pitch falling after that was tipped right into his glove for strike 3 as that pitch misses outside. So, yeah, he was in the danger zone for sure, and was able to foul off a 3rd foul ball straight back in a row, or was able to hold on to it, excuse me, as he takes a strike there, count now 3-1. Catchers, they're used to getting hit back there. They get foul balls, not usually back-to-back, and then almost 3 in a row. That's unprecedented as he chops that one to first base. That's going to be an easy play there. And on to Thirst for the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the 9th. 12-5 Towndock against Mudville coming up.
Welcome back to Sprague Field in Narragansett as we have a score of 12-5 heading into the top of the ninth. Mudville looking to jump Towndock in the standings as we finish up the regular season here over the next 48 hours. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm TJ Brogle alongside my new co-host Andrew Whalen, who doesn't feel so new anymore. He's settled in very nicely over the last 17 innings.
Oh, for sure. We shook off the rust, and you are very easy to work with as well, TJ. So this has been a good first couple of games. I wish we had figured this out about a month or two ago, and might have been able to do a whole season. But we'll take what time we got and have some fun.
Well, you have been one of the better additions to the George Donnelly Sunset League this year, jumping into the booth, giving us unique insight. A trained, polished announcer jumping beside me is a tremendous help. We all want to thank you, and the viewers at home, I'm sure, appreciate another voice in the booth besides mine.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
The pitch from Nicolaci is a strike at the letters.
There was a hesitation in that one a little bit. I think that might have missed a little high from my naked eye view here, but told the 5 in the ninth.
The umpire has read the room, knows the assignment. Nicolaci looks in for his sign, struggling to see it a little bit.
Yeah.
Shakes off Ferreira now likes what he puts down after the first sign. Look out! That one's going to bounce right off the window to the announcer's booth. Ricochet over to manager Matty Borges, who's coaching first base for the other team apparently. And he's going to take a walk back as he's got a big smile on his face. That was about 4 feet out of our window, and I personally wanted it, but it never made its way to me. Almost knocked my energy drink right off the windowsill.
Yeah, that was the first one in 2 days that has actually been fairly close, where I sat up a little bit farther in my chair.
Look out! Got about $1,700 worth of electronics right on our desk here. A couple thousand in cameras, plugs, electronic devices all around us.
That machine, my computer for $3,000.
And manager Matty Borges wants everybody to know that his laptop costs $3,000. I will challenge that after the game, but as for now, that is a ball.
Listen,
Matty Borges, the discount machine he is, getting this at a discounted rate. Ordered it a couple Mondays ago, came in Friday.
$900. It's a $3,400 machine.
Oh, $3,400. The price is going up every pitch. Speaking of the pitch fouled off. Count remains 3-2.
And then I will back Matty up in terms of the price of the MacBook, because the one that I have to the left of it was the smaller version, and it was somewhere in the twos. It's 5 years old, so I forget exactly. But yeah, they're the Macs, not cheap machines, but I will say, as a guy who was a PC owner for his whole life before that, the Mac lifespan is just way better.
Popped up. Mikey Castillo tracks in about 20 feet, will make the catch. Drops the ball on the transfer. Do not worry about a thing. He securely had that in his glove. And I got the cheapest laptop at Best Buy 3 years ago. Take the price of yours, drop a zero. And that is how much my electronic has cost me. And it is still going strong.
Fair enough. Maybe I had a very unlucky streak with a handful of laptops before this one I have. And like I said, this Mac has worked incredible. So it's a preference thing, but might have to get back into the PC game sooner rather than later.
Fouled straight back to the backstop as the on-deck batter will run over and help us out a little bit. Joe Nicolaci doing a little bit of a landscape job on his landing spot on the mound. Well, this one got out of hand for Towndock in the 4th inning. Mudville offense exploded, batted around, and hasn't looked back since. In there for a called strike. Quickly brings the count to 0-2.
I mean, you might know this better since you've seen him more, but I don't think I've seen an off-speed pitch from Nicolaci yet. If he has, it's maybe been a changeup. I feel like I haven't seen a dramatic breaking ball.
No need to throw one up 7.
Oh, we might have just seen our first one.
He heard you and said, I'll show you my breaking ball, as he spikes it in at about the 55-foot mark. The home plate is 60 feet 6 inches away.
It was an off-speed of some capacity. Whether it was a breaking ball or a changeup, I wasn't 100% convinced there, but definitely something.
As soon as the game wraps up, my co-host Andrew Whalen will give you the official player of the game, just as he did last night. The pitch. Changeup. Outside corner. Strike 3 looking for the second out of the inning.
He must have really hurt me because that was back to back, and I really like the way he approached that too. You know, you throw one, you spike it, and the batter's thinking, you know, that was the first one we saw. You spiked it. No way you're going to follow up with another one. What do? You paint the corner with the next one. Textbook.
You don't have much to lose. Pitching with 1 out in the 9th inning. Now 2 outs, up 7. Just trying to get your work in. And if you spike a changeup in the dirt, what's the harm of trying to find it on the next pitch?
No, for sure.
Fastball misses up and away. Jake Ferreira still behind the plate. He's a tough guy. Future Hall of Famer of this league. Reset his Hall of Fame eligibility clock by coming out of retirement and jumping back in. A family member of his will be inducted into the Hall of Fame on August 22nd. So contact Commissioner Chris LaRose to buy your tickets. And I will be your MC for the night. Please don't let that deter you from making your way down. We'll have a cash bar. Get to meet Hall of Famers that have been in this league and done it for years. And current players will be there, as that one misses high for another ball. Mudville is 1 out away from their 8th victory of the year. The pitch. In there for a strike. Mudville will improve to 8-8-1 if the score holds. Towndock drops to 8-9-1. Mudville will move up to the 3rd place. The defending champions from last year are locked and loaded, ready for a deep playoff run. The pitch. Ball 4.
Get your last. Let's go.
That was the 5th time Parker Camello's been on base tonight.
Parker, if you're listening, you're having a great night. You're a tremendous ball player. You have a bright future ahead of you. And I hope you share the stream with a friend or family member so they can check out this unbelievable job you're doing here in Southern Rhode Island at one of the toughest leagues you will ever play in.
Yeah, 2 for 2, a double, a single, a couple of stolen bases, and then 3 walks. That's a good night right there.
Fouled off towards the DPU building. Out of play. Ball ricochets between a couple of parked cars. And we will probably never see that one again. So this is Blaze. Having an unbelievable season. Leads the team in games played. Wears that protective guard on his front foot. Nicolaci checks on the runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike as he drops down to a knee, Vladdy Guerrero Sr. style.
I would have said Adrian Beltre, but I like where your head's at too.
Adrian Beltre was at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony in Cooperstown, New York, just a week and a half ago, where Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones,
Jeff Kent.
and Jeff Kent were inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was the largest collection of active Hall of Famers ever. Fouled off towards the Mudville dugout to keep the count at 0-2.
Yeah, you noted, and I'm just looking it up. Blaze coming into today, hitting .333 and 75 at-bats, a couple bombs, 12 RBIs, 6 doubles as well. So, really good job. He's got a 400 OPS, almost a 900 400 on base, almost a 900 OPS. So, been very productive so far this year.
Doesn't get much better than that. Nicolaci comes set, leg kicks, and delivers. Breaking ball or changeup in the dirt. Ferreira drops down to both knees, blocks it, preventing the runner from advancing to second. Mikey Soul still holding that runner on at first. Trying to keep Camello honest over there. Don't want to add a defensive indifference to his breakout night. If you remember way back in the game, he smoked a ball down the left field gap, went right down the line, rattled around the pole for an easy stand-up double. He was thinking possibly 3. That was a long time ago. The pitch. Spiked in. Going to go straight to the backstop. Ferreira will run back and get the ball. So Camelo does advance to second base anyway, seemingly harmless. The pitch low and away for a ball.
Well, we're back to a full count here. Nicolaci kind of slowed down after a couple of quick outs here to start it, and with the walk to Camelo and now a full count to Blaze, just having trouble finishing this one up, and everyone over on Mudville side is antsy to get this one over and done with.
Yeah, Nicolaci just getting his final work in here, has a 7-run lead. Kind of a little bit of a in-game bullpen session, if you ask me. The pitch misses high for ball 4 to Blaze, so that on-base percentage for Blaze, which is already blazing high, has skyrocketed tonight.
Wait, you work.
Nicolaci comes set. First pitch to McCarthy. Second pitch to McCarthy. Check swing for a strike. Bring the count to 1-1. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, 7-run lead. I'm your host, TJ Brogle, alongside my co-host, Andrew Whalen. And this is the George Donnelly Sunset League coming to you live from Narragansett, Rhode Island. Lined. This one's going to go foul down the line. Brings the count to 1-2. And you'll have to give us a little bit of a break on the brief microphone pause. We were cracking up over my pun that I was able to work in during the last bat. Look, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear us laughing at home. Harmless.
It was a sympathy laugh, if anyone was wondering. Full sympathy laugh.
That's right. Andrew Whalen, my co-host, also a good support guy. The pitch from Nicolaci. Ground ball. This one's going to be cued right to him. He's going to barehand it, set himself, throw to first base for the final out of the game. Mudville wins it 12-5 on the backs of an offensive explosion during the 4th inning, as Mudville comes out of the dugout to celebrate with each other before lining it up to shake hands with Towndock. Mudville advances to 3rd place in the standings. Towndock will fall to 4th place. Playoffs right around the corner. Both teams battling hard. The goal remains the same. It's still sights on the championship for both these teams. Andrew Whalen, why don't you give us tonight's player of the game?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Last night you hit me with it really quickly. Tonight you gave me a half inning to kind of look over and think about it. And a little bit of back and forth. I think last night was a little more clear cut. I was back and forth. I think there's 3 guys that I could probably realistically give it to, but I think I'm going to go with Harry Zambrano tonight. Harry was 2 for 4 on the night. He had a home run. He had a double. Scored 2 runs. Played a good left field. I think that's it. I was debating between Desai and Castillo as well, but I'm going to go with Harry. I think a couple of extra base hits. No one else had more than 1 extra base hit tonight that I could count. A couple of guys got on base 1 or 2 more times, but I'm going to go with Harry, and I hope you like that choice.
I love that choice. Player of the game for the defending league MVP, an absolute machine at the plate, hit a ball out of here that trimmed the trees as it left the park, an exit velocity over 100 miles an hour, first pitch fastball from a new pitcher, and he annihilated that ball. Absolutely crushed it.
Yeah, the only thing that Harry didn't have going for him today is that he didn't have, I don't know if there was a time he came up today that he had a guy on base, and at his second at bat. The only time he had a guy on base, otherwise the double he hit was right after a home run, no one on base, and then his home run led off the inning. So not a crazy RBI opportunity tonight, but the contact, I think, spoke for itself.
An unbelievably talented hitter who still mashes at the highest level. As you said, wasn't one of the best players when he first checked into this, but has blossomed into probably the best complete player you will see in this league.
Agreed. Yes, absolutely. Harry's come a long way, and it's good to see him raking the way he does.
Harry Zambrano, you're player of the game tonight. Manager Matty Borges, how are you? How was that victory for you?
Oh, it's very, takes a lot of pressure off us. Getting that 3 seed is what we wanted to do. To come out and swing the bats well was really huge. Jack Gassy was huge on the mound. Logan Taylor coming in, slamming the door. And, Marley had a little issues there. Might have been a little field stuff too, like being a little wet. A little harder to throw strikes as the dew started to accumulate. But all in all, we pulled it out. We got the job done tonight.
Is there any way in this world you can tip your hand and tell us who tomorrow night's starting pitcher is going to be?
No, I don't know who's going.
Okay, perfect. Well, you sound like you have a lot of work to do tonight. I'm sure you will celebrate with the boys in the parking lot. Pizza is here. So right behind you, 3 pies. So I want you guys to have a great time in the parking lot. Brought to you by Mikey Soul, your first baseman who reached base multiple times tonight, had unbelievable plays in the field. You guys are going to party like crazy, and Andrew and I want to thank you for making all this possible.
Hey, thank you for doing this. This is awesome to have. I think you guys are a top shelf group here. I mean, like the broadcasts have been electric. I mean, I don't know what tonight was like, but listening back to the other game, I was laughing. I was having a great time. You guys were clearly having a great time, and it's really cool. I hope that the fans appreciate this, or like the people watching. This is pretty unprecedented for men's league baseball to have this type of coverage, and we're just trying to go above and beyond and stand out as the finest amateur league in the area.
Well, thank you very much, Matty. You did a great job tonight on and off the field as a player and manager, the former 2008 league MVP, still doing it with the best of them. And I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow is a great day to try something new.
I believe tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Cardines in Newport, if I saw correctly. So that game will help with some seeding coming up for the playoffs and to help set up the team, the rotation, as they move forward into the weekend as well. So that's what we'll be looking for tomorrow, 7 o'clock against Scorpion Baseball, first place. So maybe a potential playoff matchup as well for Mudville. As we'll see, they have another game Thursday against R&R that has some playoff seedings as well, as they're technically a game above them because R&R has 2 ties. So we'll see how that impacts the standings. But tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Cardines in Newport, the OG, Mudville versus Scorpions.
This George Donnelly Sunset League broadcast has been brought to you by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street, Newport, Rhode Island. You've got a story, so why hide it? At Sitting Bull Tattoo, you can turn your ideas into bold, custom ink that looks incredible today and for years to come. Whether you're getting your first tattoo or adding to your collection, Dave takes the time to bring your vision to life. Clean lines, vivid detail, and a look that's unmistakably you. Hit up Dave at Sitting Bull Tattoo this week and book your appointment. Sitting Bull Tattoo, where your story takes shape. Scan the QR code that I will place on the screen in a brief moment.
Utility.
This game was also brought to you in part by Dovetail Bats. Contact Matty Borges for the hardest wood in the game. Big league pop without a big league price. Rise above. Dovetail Bats are for players of all shapes, sizes, and skill sets. Order your customized one with your name and your color preferences directly through Matty Borges. Prices will vary. Or order a generic one right off the rack, whether you want to give one away as a birthday gift, a Labor Day weekend gift, an end of the summer gift. Maybe you want to stock up on bats and give them away for Christmas gifts. Contact Mudville 9 manager Matty Borges for the hardest wood in the game. An independent dealer accepts cash, Venmo, Cash App, and change. So no excuses. Get your Dovetail bat now. And we want to thank all of you for listening tonight. I'm your host, TJ Brogle. I'm also a semi-executive producer alongside my co-host, Andrew Whalen. Andrew, any last words for the viewers before they say goodnight?
I hope you appreciated the offensive onslaught we watched after the game we saw on Sunday night. Was kind of the opposite. Not a ton of moving parts. So some loud contact tonight, and hopefully everyone enjoyed. We'll see you back here tomorrow night from Cardines.
We will be live from Cardines tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.